Piggy and Jake, we're back on a fucking Monday, November 25th, the Monday before Thanksgiving. First off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We got Kevin over here in the turkey suit. How's it feel?
I love it.
Yeah? Yeah, just, you want to squeak one of your legs real
I'm going
quick?
to stuff this turkey there.
Who's stuffing which turkey?
I'm stuffing it like I just said.
You are the turkey, so you're going to stuff yourself?
I'm not
Hold on,
stuffing
let me,
it.
if I'm going to be a turkey, I have to sound like a turkey, so let me try.
Oh,
Is that pretty good?
The amount of fluid that came out of your mouth when you did
I think
that.
you was- it
I
sounds-
think it was kind of a big week in football. I was looking back on it last night, or like during midday, I was like, this week sucks. And last night, I was like, Jesus Christ, all this shit fucking happened that we didn't even think about, though. And let's start at Thursday night. Steelers-Browns in Cleveland. If you look at the highlights from the first half, there's a green field and everybody looks happy, and then the second half is a fucking snow globe.
I love a good
It
snow
was
game.
snowing the whole time, though. It was just intensified.
It got, yeah, exactly.
Really?
It was snowing in the first and second quarter. They had the snow blowers, They had those blower machines that were just trying to clear the field. They had people out there with shovels all through the whole entire second quarter. I'm sorry, third and fourth quarter of the second half. The whole entire time, it was nonstop. They were trying to run and clear stuff as they're playing. My favorite part, though, of the whole game was when Jameis was trying to call out the play, and they had his close-up of him spitting snow and couldn't see, and was
Everybody.
and everybody's
He enjoyed it.
break!
He enjoyed the shit out
He
of
was
it.
throwing dimes.
Fucking
He was, famous Jameis.
He played possessed a
was
little
very excited to play in the snow.
He made his mistakes in that second half. Almost gave the game away. But he played possessed. He really wanted to fucking win. He was having a good time. You see, after the game, he did his little interview and he was trying to do a snow angel. He did it face down.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to
I
do
didn't see it, but I heard him talking about it.
He did it
Yeah.
face down. You're supposed to do it on your back, Jake. That's what he's doing.
Oh!
But he don't know. He probably only seen snow 2-3 times in his life. He never
Yeah.
played in it. I know that for fucking sure.
He got
He
those crab
played
claws
at,
out of the ice. That's kind of
Florida? Where did he go to school?
Yeah, Florida.
Florida
Where's he from?
Florida State Seminole. Yeah.
Georgia?
And then he played
No.
for the Saints.
Really?
He
I don't
played for
know.
the- yeah.
I don't. Louisiana or Georgia? I thought he was from.
I mean, he is Southern now, so.
He's a Southern boy. I know that, but I don't
They
know.
said he's going to be a preacher when he retires because he would be a
Shit
good
fucking
preacher.
dude. Jesus Christ. And after this game, people were talking about signing him and keeping him and having him be the bridge for the next 2 to 3 years.
I don't know
Because he's
about
only
that.
30 years old. I know, but it's just crazy how we're 3-8 and people are already talking about, hey, we
But that's
sign
what
this.
you-
Don't
that's-
make the Joe Flacco mistake again. You
That's
gotta
what the
sign this
fans
guy.
do. Those fans get hyped up on one person and they hype them up,
Mm.
whether it's good or bad.
I don't think it's the most terrible idea, though. I think it's
Playing good
if the
football.
Browns are going to go and just sign another quarterback and not build the team up around them before they go all out, I think it's just another Browns move. It's not. I don't think the worst idea.
He seems to do well in the system. Even in blowout, like we lost to the Saints really bad last week. He still had almost 400 yards passing. Like,
Yeah.
he's still balled out. I don't think he threw an interception.
He's not afraid to throw the ball, I'll tell you that.
Get that offensive line straightened out.
Yeah.
Get some weapons.
But that's the thing I like about actually signing him is that he does do well in the system. He can play a little bit of football. He is kind of a starting quarterback. But it will keep our draft picks away from drafting a quarterback high first, second, third, fourth round.
I don't
And we
think
can
you
use
should
those
right
picks.
now.
I don't either, but it's the fucking Browns. I can't trust them to not do that.
Yeah.
But if we could use that first, second rounder that we actually have the first rounder this year, holy shit, I believe we do at least. We can use those on the line. That's what we need to do. We need a guard. We need a tackle. We need an interior defensive lineman because they're all old. They're about to leave. You know, even though Tomlinson had 10 pressures this game, most in his career, that was awesome to see him. Dalvin Tomlinson actually play football this game. Maybe the
Now,
slow
is
help-
he lining up on your right
He's-
side
he's-
against TJ, or
No, he's the interior nose tackle.
oh, you guys do 3-4?
He's the interior
like a real
nose tackle. He's
3-4.
on defense. I think what's his name? Schwartz will switch it up. I think he does 4-3 mostly, but he does do 3-4s a lot, especially in the end of the game when they're passing. He'll just rush free or something like that.
Well, if you say he's a nose tackle, then he's either.
Interior line tackle.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure of the scheme, but they run there on defense all the time. I know they'll switch.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz is one of those
He's a
guys
good
that
Mm.
was in Philly before.
Yeah. Like that last drive, he rushed free and he ran Hicks on a delayed blitz that made Russell throw that ball a little quicker than he wanted to on that when he smashed him. You see Russell get smashed that last play?
I feel like he was okay, though. He didn't.
Well,
really...
let's pick a thing though. Let's talk about T.J. Watt. Let's talk about Myles Garrett.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? I think it's.
One played very well, one didn't. What do you want to talk about?
I think it's.
I don't want to be an asshole, but
You started out. I mean, It's 6 and 1/2
Miles,
dozen of the
Miles
others.
when he plays like that, obviously, is the best defensive player in the league. I know there was a lot of poo-pooing him last year winning it over TJ, and there was a little bit of build-up in the 3 days before this game, because it was a short week for them, about what this matchup was going to look like. And to be fair, both of them were pretty respectful about it. Nobody was really an asshole about it, but Miles was like, I think I'm the better one, and we'll just see. We'll see what happens. And he got 3 sacks
He
in
has
the
every
first
right to
half,
brag like
a
that,
ton of
so.
fucking pressures. He was doubled the whole game. And TJ had a hard time with Conklin. And I told you there's that one good cutback block from Teller where he knocked him right off his feet. It was ugly.
Yeah.
I don't think TJ played very well. Now, is that snow? Probably. I don't know.
You know, I'm glad you said that.
You can't blame the snow.
I'm glad you said that. I was getting so upset with people this week that were blaming anything on the snow.
Well, you heard
And
Pickens blame it on the snow too, correct?
Yeah.
I did not hear players.
I heard that.
assume that he would, being
did.
who he is.
I watched.
I'm
him
just talking about
do it.
other fans or other observers of football. I absolutely hate that excuse.
That's like going to a Bills game and being like,
we're
"It's
both
snowing."
playing in the
Fuck.
snow.
There's
I don't
definitely
think.
I agree with that. I agree
Yeah.
But
with
they're
that.
both snow teams. They're snow
Yeah.
teams. They play in snow
And
every
both
year.
teams have to deal with the conditions. So.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear it. The Bills
Yeah.
don't complain about when they have to play in the snow.
Yeah,
They flourish.
I mean, but it's not to say that snow is not a reason for some plays, some fumble, some slip, some something. It does some of that.
Don't blame the whole game on that.
You game plan differently.
Yeah.
You.
And you don't blame the whole game on that.
No,
ever.
I don't think. I think that's disingenuous to blame anything. I mean, this is the whole point of bringing this up in the first place. Was this is what we love football for? This is
Exactly.
why you don't build domes in
Cleveland,
Pittsburgh
Ohio.
or in
Like
Cleveland
when I was at work that night, but when he texted AFC snowy game and blah blah blah, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta go watch this. And I caught the whole second half, which was the best part.
Yeah.
The thing about that dome thing is cool. You brought that up. Is they want to build that dome in Cleveland now, but it's like it was perfect that night. It hit it just the right night to have that beautiful blizzardy game. But if it was a day later, like Friday, it was like 42 and rainy all fucking day. Like it would have been a perfect day for a dome. Just a shitty, nasty game. But that snow's beautiful. I don't want a dome in Cleveland. I don't want them to move to Brook Park. I want them to stay right where the fuck they are.
You know why that's not going to happen for years with any of these places up north is because the people who buy season tickets, the people who give the money to these franchises, the people who are in charge, all the way up to the top, they don't want domes. They want that factor of the weather. It's what the people live for.
I disagree.
It's what I just don't. Unless you're all the way up at the top, some guy who's just thinking about the money, yes.
Well,
But
owners that are building these domes want a Super Bowl. They want the money. They want the revenue that comes from hosting
I
a
get
Super
that.
Bowl. So they're building domes because Super Bowl's not coming to its a stadium.
you
That's
don't
not a
see
dome.
Buffalo ever building a dome.
They're not going to have a snow.
Let me
Super
ask
Bowl.
you a question though: Is the Super Bowl coming to Cleveland or Pittsburgh,
Never.
regardless
Ever.
of whether they have a dome or not?
I think that's the factor that will push it for them to be able to raise their hand in the meeting. Like,
People
excuse
don't
me,
like-
we built a new stadium with a dome. You need to fucking start thinking about
Okay,
it.
so
I
here's
think
what-
they think that.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm going to say. People don't like going to the cold, and especially to go see the Super Bowl. They think of a sunnier place. But with that being said, I absolutely think people will still pay the money because it's the Super Bowl, even if it means going to cold.
You know what I just thought of, and I didn't. The Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl that we won against the Seahawks, 40. It was in Detroit, so I guess they
So
won.
that has happened before.
I guess they
I
won.
think there's something magical about a snowy Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. I think that would make the season.
They won't
Here
do
towards-
that.
but they
There's
won't do
too
it.
much corporate interest in the Super Bowl. But anyway, back to the game. Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt. I don't think Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt are two totally different players. I don't think it's fair to. I mean, obviously, they're both up for Defensive Player of the Year every year. So who's going to get it?
I mean, they are both the best and the faces in the NFL as far as like defense.
I guess the
They're
argument
really
is if you
fantastic.
look at
They're
the
really
stats. I mean, historically, this year might be a little bit different, but T.J. Watt generally has the numbers.
Yeah.
Now,
Garrett does
he
too.
plays a very different position.
Well,
T.J.
this
Watt
year.
sets up on the edge, and he just goes after the court. It's all he does. And
But you guys generally play with a lead more, which means you guys can pass rush. He's generally double teamed a lot less than Myles Garrett. There was one other thing I had seen the last week or so.
well, that's why it's so important that Alex Highsmith is out, and you see what happens when you don't have a guy on the other edge that you can now focus all on this side. And
I mean, but it does make a difference. You know, if you're ahead a lot more, you're going to pass rush a lot more. You get more opportunities.
And I
if
see,
you get double teamed
I see
more, it's gonna be
Myles
harder to do
Garrett.
your
Myles
job.
Garrett's more. I feel like Myles Garrett plays more like a box safety than he does like a. I mean, he's
on the edge. He's going in.
But he lines up in the middle a lot too, and I mean,
They
Is
push
that
him
just
around
to
and
give him the
try to
option
get.
to cover a wide
Well,
receiver?
he's
or
getting
slot
double
receiver
teamed and
if
held
he has to?
every play, so you're
or
not
to
going to
just
line him up in
split
the same
that
spot.
A gap instead of coming through the.
They're trying to give him another angle so that he doesn't get these double teams. He's not, he gets held a lot.
Yeah.
Because he's the best in the business.
Right.
You have to put
so
two guys
that's why
out,
they move
right?
him, is what I'm trying to say. They move him around so they can give him an angle.
Well, they move him because that's strategizing. That's football. It's you
Correct.
want to you don't necessarily always want the same.
Correct.
DJ Watt's got his move. He's
Take it
done.
And take it off. Happy Thanksgiving, Kevin. Squeeze it.
Does it make a noise?
Squeeze it. All right, not too much. This is going to go crazy.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I hope we get a few more of those this season. Those snow games. I'm not mad that we lost, even though it was a division game. I enjoyed
Good.
watching that so
It was a
much
good game.
that
Good game to watch.
I can't even be upset about
Just
it.
Just from their history, is it so wrong to think that Cleveland was going to come in there and beat them?
No.
Hey, we're 5-1 against Pittsburgh in the last last 6 games.
And there was a
Division
stat.
game.
There was a stat. I don't know if you saw, and I don't know how much relevance either of you think this has, but Mike Tomlin, Thursday Night Football division,
Never won.
0 for.
Yeah, never won. I would never look into that. You know,
Yeah.
I think he can win any Thursday fucking game. But it is crazy how that worked out, huh?
It's a shame.
One more thing about this game. We'll pass over the Pickens stuff. I was gonna just call Pickens the crybaby. We don't need to do that in this show. We don't need to pick on Pickens. I do believe though, even though it is divisional, and I can see how the Browns won and stuff like that. This is my problem with the Steelers. Sir.
What?
You know, they came alive in that that late third, early fourth to get those 2 touchdowns, bang bang, right back to back. It was the first touchdown they had, that first one in 7 quarters, and they got a touchdown. I think it was either strip sack, another touchdown, then they got an interception, and they weren't able to get points on that after that interception.
Yeah.
They punted away. They have a problem scoring touchdowns sometimes, and
Hey.
I think
Yeah.
because they're 8-3 now. I mean, they are a playoff
8-3.
team. I don't know if you can call them a Super Bowl contender though. I don't believe that they'll be able to compete with these AFC teams.
Okay, I was thinking about this last night too, and any other year, I think I would agree with you. But I also don't think, including the Chiefs, including who else is in the AFC that we really think is
Bills.
the Bills. Well, the Bills are something else, but
Chiefs, the
The
Bills,
Ravens.
the Chargers,
besides the Bills,
Ravens.
I really don't think that like these teams can lose. Like the Chiefs have played and won some pretty close games that they should have
Way too
Including
close.
yesterday.
And we're going to talk about that later too.
that they should have ran away with. The Ravens are either hot or they're not.
Yeah, they're
So-
in trouble this year too.
I don't. I feel like in any matchup, maybe except for the Bills, I feel like it's a toss up.
I just want to say one
Fair.
quick thing to close out what I want to say about Pittsburgh is that they get a pass this week for me. They've been going against a bunch of good
That's fair.
defenses, aside from Baltimore, but still in Baltimore they don't get enough
Division
credit. Divisional game. They get a pass for me. I think this is a good football organization. Of course, Tomlin, he's one of the best, and I think they have better days ahead of them. I don't care who they
Did you
play.
know that he is a beer
Connoisseur?
Connoisseur, yeah.
Cut the tape.
Just when he hangs
Cut
out
the
with
camera
Big Ben.
off. Anything
Cut
else?
the tape.
Anything else, Browns Steelers?
I think
No?
Steelers are in the playoffs this year.
For sure.
Absolutely, for
But
sure.
how far? That's my how far. And of course, they're in the playoffs.
Adam's
Actually, I
gonna-
think they win the division, but like, how far can
Adam's
they
going to hate
go?
me for this, but I think they get to the second week and lose somehow. In a
Second
bad-
round?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that upset with that.
I can
Second
see
round
why.
being the divisional round.
Yes.
If they
Second
don't win the
round.
division,
So
That's
they
playoffs.
play wild card round and
Win
then they
that.
lose the divisional round.
Lose.
I don't know how bad. It depends on who it is, but I don't think I'd be that
We'll
mad.
see how far the Chiefs slide. They
Would
could
you-
actually get a bye.
Would you like to see
They went out.
Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers AFC Championship?
I would absolutely love that.
Would we watch that one? You think?
I would like to see that in Buffalo. I would like to see that in Pittsburgh. That would be a wonderful game.
Would we all have to watch that together?
We'd have to.
Yeah, we'd have to set something
I think
up.
you'd have to tell somebody that you're not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you, if that ever happened.
Next on the docket. What were we moving to next? It was a game we wanted to play.
I don't know. I thought yesterday was kind of lame as far as games go.
I did too in the middle.
What's that?
In the middle, I was thinking that too, but at the end, there were some big standouts.
There were some games
Really?
that I was really looking forward to that really just were obviously the Chiefs keeping it close with the Panthers, but the ending of the Cowboys Commanders Redskins game was absolutely bonkers.
Nuts. Absolutely. I mean, you saw this, right?
I want to tell you who doesn't get a pass this week, the Commanders.
Yeah, I agree. I was going there too.
Shame on them.
I agree. And they did what they could, but how do you let it get to that point?
Yeah,
Listen,
there's always that.
the Cowboys
The
might
Turpin
not win.
return, I know Turpin's very dangerous. That's what they
Cowboys
got him for.
might not win another game,
The Turpin
but they
return
beat
was
the
nasty.
Commanders.
The Turpin return was nasty. Then you go up, you throw it to Scary Terry. Scary Terry goes bonkers and runs it.
Always.
You missed the fucking. He missed an extra point and he missed a field goal in this thing. I think he's an old Browns kicker because he sucks. He sucks, man. He's gotta go.
What was his name?
Seibert?
Where's
Is Aubrey out?
Seibert.
Yeah.
No, I mean for
Seibert,
the
Seibert.
Redskins.
Let's talk about what. Well, we don't have to talk about, but what did Eckler ever? Did he come back from that?
He's in concussion
What
protocol.
happened?
Okay.
I don't know. I saw that Brian Jr.
Robinson's
really didn't
out.
play.
He's got something going on.
Rob, that was early.
His
I think.
ankle, I feel like. And Eckler had concussion protocol, but he might clear it for the next game. They're not 100%, but he could clear.
I still don't give him a pass on this.
No, absolutely
You gotta- you
not.
gotta
You
beat-
just
you gotta beat
lost
the
against the
Cowboys.
Cowboys, who can barely put 6 points up in the game, and
You
you
let
lost
them- you let them
34 to
drop
26,
34.
and you're a good
Now,
football.
two of those were
team.
special teams touchdowns. That onside kick that ended up they returned again. I mean, that is just embarrassing,
That's
man.
embarrassing.
You can't have that happen.
No.
You just can't. You had control of this game all the way up into the third quarter. It was like 9-3 or something like that. You
Look
had
at this,
control.
24 points in the fourth quarter.
And you can't let that happen.
And now Washington scored 17, so not too shabby, but
I know Jaden played okay. He played good. One of those interceptions is a
well,
wash.
let's not call this 24. Let's call this 20. No. What's 24 minus 17?
Fuck if I know. 6.
Seven. 17.
There you go.
17.
Yeah.
Because that, I don't know. Is that garbage time? Is that onside return for a touchdown? Does that count?
Yes,
It
because
absolutely
it
does.
made the game out of. That's
They
what put the
shouldn't have
game
made
away,
that play.
right?
No.
I know they had to, but
It put the game away. They were trying to get the ball. Even if they didn't get the ball, they
No,
were
that game
hold
was
it.
away. There was 1 second on the clock. There
Yeah.
was.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 1 minute on the clock.
Oh no.
No.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. But they had enough time to throw that fucking
Yeah.
deep ball. I mean, that was an interception. So that interception
Look.
was a wash.
It was a shit game.
No, it was a
I
fun game to
expected,
watch.
I guess, but I was expecting a little bit more out of Washington. This Dallas team is defeated. They're not going anywhere. They, like I said, they might not win one more game.
I think it's time to throw in the towel for Washington.
Let's look
I
at
think
their-
it's still
what does
win-
that mean?
Already,
Team
Jaden
throw.
Daniels is a rookie.
Well, I was expecting maybe a second round out in the playoffs. They might make the wild
Well,
card. and lose.
here's the rest of
You
their
know,
schedule.
I don't know
Let's
anymore.
look at the rest of their schedule. Titans.
Saints.
Well, that's seeming like a little bit more
That says
challenge.
preseason.
What's that?
That says preseason.
Yeah, down on the bottom. So we're looking at
No,
the
no, no,
Cowboys
no, no.
out.
I'm starting
Oh,
here.
sorry.
It's the
So I was looking
Cowboys.
at your highlight. Okay,
Sorry.
gotcha.
Titans is a losable game. Titans just beat the Texans.
Apparently,
The
it
Titans
is.
is a losable game. They should not lose that game. Saints,
Saints.
they should not lose that game. That's a
gonna be tough
losable
for
game.
them. That's going to
They put up a bunch of points on the Browns. They can score on decent defense.
Eagles, they're losing.
Eagles, they already lost. They'll probably lose again.
Falcons, we'll see. And then Cowboys again. Yeah, they don't have the best schedule lining up.
Honestly, they should go 3-2 probably, but they're actually probably going to go 4-1,
Yeah.
and that's not good enough. Or
Who do you
you know,
think-
the
who do you
other way,
think
the
they
other way,
beat?
the other
Who
way.
do you think
1
they
and
beat?
4.
Yeah.
Who do you think they beat?
I could
Cowboys?
see all these games being
Falcons?
being a
Cowboys.
toss-up.
I think they beat the Cowboys next time. I just
Especially since the Cowboys can't win.
This does not. This absolutely does not line up well for them moving forward. So
no. Like I said, I thought they were going to make the playoffs and probably win the wild card game and move on. And
you have
now with the
reason
way
to.
they've been
looked
playing.
Good. They looked good in the beginning.
Well, now they're losing running backs. You can't lose running backs. Brian Robinson Jr. is a big part of this team, and if he's going to be gone,
He's their goal line ball.
Daniels
so he
can't do it
doesn't
all.
rush for
They had to
100 yards
trade
or
for Lattimore, the cornerback, to get their defense on track. Like, the defense was not set up to win this year.
Right.
And now that they started winning, they're like, fuck. And Dan Quinn's doing all he fucking can to help his coordinator get this team ready to fucking play some playoff football because it's coming at them. And they just
I think
weren't
they got to
ready.
wait till next year.
Yeah.
All right, let's suppose then. First of all, Is there any big changes? Is Eckler going to still be there next year?
Who knows? But he's going to be there for the rest of the season,
I'd like to know what his
and maybe
contract
as early as next week. So why even look to next year? Because
No. I'm just considering it because I wanted to ask a question, which was supposing they do go 1-4 for the next, or what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1-4.
Yeah.
Is this season for the Commanders? I think it's still
I
a
think
win.
it's a success.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't think they get past 4 wins.
We can
They've already
all
done
agree this is a
They
change.
got a quarterback
Nobody expected this.
forever.
No, I didn't. We didn't expect this.
We made fun of him at the beginning of the year.
Jaden Daniels is
He's
a
the truth.
good quarterback.
He's
the
he's,
truth.
he's awesome.
He's going to be there for a long time, it looks like, barring injury. I don't think there's any real big regressions. Maybe he has a Stroudy second year where
Look
the
what
team
he's
gets a
done
little
for-
weird or something like that. But I think he plays football in his league.
Or maybe
Look
it's
what he's-
better that he has these struggles now because Stroudy just walked through last season and
now he's having
has a little bit of
problems.
adversity and
which he's facing and doing well.
Mhm.
But look at this. Look what this rookie has done for fucking people like Zach Ertz,
Yeah.
Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Eckler is he's a receiving back.
Brian
That's what he
Robinson
does.
Jr.
He's not a receiving.
Let's
back,
not
but-
forget though, he's the best running back on the team. You keep bringing up Eckler, and I love Eckler, but Brian Robinson Jr. is the running back
I get
number
that.
one for this
I
team, and he's
understand
better
that.
than Eckler in everything but pass catch
Okay,
and elusiveness, maybe.
that's fine.
You keep bringing up Eckler. And I
But
like
that
Eckler.
the point I wasn't trying to make was who's good already. I was trying to make a point that Jaden Daniels has made
Made him better.
other people look
Well,
better.
Well, doesn't the pass open up the run game, guys?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Yes, it does.
it does.
I know, but I know what you're saying. I
Mm-hmm.
understand. Completely agree. I think he's awesome. And I think even if they lose out the next 5 games, it's still success. I didn't have them winning 7 games this year. So they've already won. They
Yeah.
already beat what I thought they were going to get.
They've already made me a believer. I think that's a team.
But they got so
moving
good at one point, I thought, whoa, they're going deep in the playoffs.
Mhm.
And I know that's not true.
forward. Well, what were their
right?
first? So let's look at their first few games. Loss number
Bucks.
1 to the
That-
Bucks. Can't be
That's
mad
okay.
at that.
That's okay.
4 wins in a row. We're definitely
Giants,
on the train. with
Bengals,
that.
Cards, Browns. Those aren't terrible wins.
Then they lose to the Ravens. You're still on the train.
You still win. Scroll down just a little bit, buddy. Lose to the Ravens. Win the Panthers. Okay.
Crush the Panthers,
Beat the
beat
Bears.
the Bears,
Nice.
good defense. Giants, we knew they
Very
were
good
going
defense.
to sweep the Giants.
But now they're on a skid. They barely lose to the
But
Steelers.
look who they played: Steelers,
They
Eagles.
fucked up against the Eagles, and the Cowboys they just let go.
And if
So-
you notice, those are people that they played a lot in the past.
Mhm.
That
Because actually, if you look at it, they really don't have a win over a team that's over 500. What's the Cardinals? record?
Steelers were over 500.
They lost.
Okay, right. A win. I'm sorry.
So they're beating bad teams, losing to the good ones. That's not a good. Not a good sign.
No.
Not a good sign.
Well, you just got to start somewhere. You got to
Fair.
beat the bad teams.
They got 7 wins.
We can
Holy
all
shit, they got 7
agree as a
fucking
whole
wins.
that this is a better football team. This
Fuck
year, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck yeah. And it started with that quarterback.
And
The coach helped, but the quarterback is the reason.
would it be safe to say that you enjoy watching some of their games because of the play now?
I will always watch their games if it's on and I'm able to because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
I like him. He's good. He makes things happen. And he loses. And he
He's going to
wins.
bring money to that organization. Nobody thought that rookie was going to be that good.
No.
I didn't.
No. Well, okay. Maybe
Remember,
the
he
guy
didn't
who
even
drafted
play.
him.
I don't even think he
know.
played any preseason games except the third one. He was on the sidelines with his gold chains, like hanging out like Snoop Dogg and shit. And I was like, "What is this guy? You need to get in there and play a little bit, buddy. You're about to be a starter." And then he came out and proved me wrong.
He fucking won. What are you looking at, bub?
I was going to ask a question because at least to
Like
all
that?
appearances, and
Oh, I
I was
think
going to
it's
pull stats up on this,
It's perfect sour.
it feels to me like just because we were talking about Siebert and him missing that extra point, which is just devastating. But does it seem like kickers are missing kicks this year?
Yep. To me, it does. I mean, when Justin Tucker goes down,
Justin Tucker's missed a what?
Hopkins for the Browns, the guy we were about
Tucker's
to put a
out.
statue up right next to
Injury
Joe
reserve.
Flacco last year.
Yeah.
He's missing fucking shit all over the
But it
place.
doesn't look like that's true.
Okay, but
Even Aubrey, the best kicker in the league. Actually, he's the best kicker in the league by default now. He's not even doing anything crazy like he was last year.
I mean, these kickers this year, every position goes through its trials and
But
tribulations.
he's right to kind of
But-
bring up, right, that kicking's
I
kind
get
of a weird thing.
Of course it is.
Why?
See, here's the thing. I believe
It's
it
a
is.
little bit down,
I
but
believe
it's
it is
not.
every year. I believe it is every year. I just think that some kickers deal with it better, some kickers come out of it, and some just go through their ups and downs.
Is it a law of averages kind of thing, though? Is it like Justin Tucker's been good for so long, so reliably?
What goes up must come down, kind of thing?
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah,
I feel
probably.
that way, yeah. Mhm.
Probably. I don't know. I don't have any information to
I
say
feel-
not or yes.
I'm looking at the numbers. It doesn't look. It's 84.8, and last year was on 85.9, so it's down a tad
We
bit.
still have a little under a half a season to play.
Well, it's percentage, so I mean it's.
I'm going to say at that position, just from watching years of football, you see it rise, you see it go down all the time. It's nothing new. It's what always happens, especially
Yeah.
with kickers.
Yeah.
You see them get injured all the time. You don't expect a kicker to get injured,
Oh,
but
that shit
it
hurts.
happens all the fucking time, man.
They need one part of their body to
If you
play.
don't
and that
have-
thing's fucked. It's fucked.
If you don't have Christian McCaffrey's masseuse, you could get injured. You might be too tight to make a
Listen,
kick.
I tried to call him up the other day. I couldn't get through. He's
didn't
so
answer?
fucking busy. Everybody's calling him.
It's so funny. I see him like now that I recognize his face when I watch Niners games. Like I see him hanging out on the sideline.
I saw him on TMZ the other day with a bad boy jacket on.
He could be making that dude could be making house calls.
No, he's bigger than that. He's bigger than that.
Yeah, you're right. He
He-
could though if he wanted to.
He's chumming up Trey Songz and Justin Bieber.
Oh man.
Do you want to talk about the Niners a little bit?
Just briefly, we know what happened with the quarterback. Purdy's out. We know that McCaffrey's been hurt all year, and he came back. He's kind of like Nick Chubb in the sense that he came back, he's playing, but he's not doing that thing.
But a lot of these teams warm them up to get them ready for playoffs. and
Right,
stuff.
but you have to make the playoffs, and this is why I wanted to talk about
They
this
might
game.
not make the playoffs.
I want to say one thing about this game that wasn't what I want to talk about. It's Josh Jacobs, Jingleheimer, fucking Smith,
I
two
like
tutties,
him.
had a hat trick. Good for him.
I like him.
I don't think 49ers are making the playoffs, guys.
What's their record right now?
Their
4 and
record is
6.
5 and 6,
5 and
but
6.
So
let's
with that loss, they're 5-7, or did they have
No,
their
5 and
did
6.
they have their bye?
This is
already?
updated.
Okay.
So they're tied. I think they're tied. You have to check this. I think they're tied with the Cardinals right now. I think Seattle's lead that division. Maybe Rams do. They have to be last in the division.
the third.
The third. Are they tied for third?
I don't know how to
Can you
do
go
this quickly.
to? Yeah, I don't know
They're
either.
third though, so that's good.
The division
Good for
stats. Guys, I don't know if they're going to get that wild card spot. They're definitely not going to win the division because they're just too
I'll tell you
hurt.
what's not happening.
They
They're not-
are, yeah. So
They're not going to a Super Bowl. I'll tell you
They're
that.
tied with the Rams.
They're in a shit division too.
Yeah.
You can't be
Isn't
better
that
than the
crazy?
Seahawks.
Did that fucking division went down the fucking drain?
Yeah.
Fuck
That was
me.
one of the better divisions.
I
a couple
thought
years
so,
ago.
right?
Yeah.
The
I mean, the
return
Rams
of
won a
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl.
champion.
When did the Rams win the Super Bowl? 3 years ago? 4
Did it?
years ago? Rams, when did they win it? 4 years ago?
3?
I mean, they just won a Super Bowl. And
they're
they're,
2020.
they're almost dead
4.
last.
4 years.
49ers just went to a Super Bowl.
Cardinals are up in wins. Seahawks were always a good team. We knew that, but we didn't think they were like world beaters. But they're
They're going to win the division this year.
tied to.
I totally believe
Isn't that crazy? If the Cards would have won that game, they would have been up by a game. That's nuts.
Probably.
But Rams are no joke. I mean, I know this got beat up by Saquon. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jesus fucking Christ, I don't know how they come out of this, the 49ers, especially if they keep getting more injuries.
Some of these teams, they're
Defense
waiting
is
for
fucked
next
up.
season. They're just getting.
I don't know
cruising
if
through at this point.
McCaffrey is gonna come back. He had an Achilles thing. Yeah, that's not the fuck with.
It wasn't. It was tendonitis though, which is a real even weirder one because that's like that seems like a chronic thing that you really
That
never
is
get.
exactly why that guy is rubbing his leg that way all the time. It's
Shut
to-
up, you idiot.
I'm actually being serious. It's to help him deal with the pain through the game.
Yeah.
There has to be for him. And that's not a good sign. If you have to have pain management through the game, what are they going to do? Shoot him up with what's that shit? Cortisone?
It's not like
Whatever.
it's not like they spared him last
But
year.
I
They
don't know
did
if
shit.
I don't know if Toradol is good for that kind of pain.
And
I
if
think
it
Toradol is like if you
and
have a
Adam,
huge-
if you know anything about that, if it works, it's only for 2 to 3 to 4 months max, and then you're back in the same position again, anyways.
I think it's for
6
hours.
months.
Yeah, I think they do it for a night.
Well, some people for Cam Newton, they were shooting him up with I don't know if it was cortisone or whatever the hell they were shooting in his
I
shoulder
just don't believe you.
to get him to play games.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean,
that's what you have to do. Nobody could watch the way Christian McCaffrey played his entire career and not think that it was going to come to some kind of. I mean, that guy plays hard.
I think he's
How
hurt
many
right
years
now.
has he
I think he's
played?
hurt
8?
right now.
What's that?
How many years has he played? 8?
I don't know.
Oh, it's close. It's
For a
close.
running back of that stature, that might be all he gets.
I think he's hurt right now.
It sucks he never won a Super Bowl. I would have liked to see him to get one.
Well, he was in Carolina for so good.
Injuries have thrown this team into disarray. And I don't blame them for it. It is what it fucking is. I know they're still a good team. They could beat anybody on any given day, but they're hurt right now.
Yeah.
I don't
Not
think they
without
make
Brock Purdy, they can't. They have to have him.
I don't think they make the playoffs.
Yeah, they have to have Brock Purdy to beat any team on any given day. If they don't have him, they're nothing. I'm sorry.
It doesn't. Let's
Oh,
look
no,
at
no, not
let's
this
look
year.
at the end of their. Yeah, here we go.
Next game is Bills.
Next.
Good luck.
Loss. Versus Bears, big defense. Could lose that game. Versus Rams, could lose that game. Versus Dolphins, probably win that game.
I actually can't wait to watch
Good.
that
Dolphins
Bills.
looked good yesterday though, so
Yeah, who they play though?
the Patriots.
Patriots,
There
yeah.
you go. The next game, Lions, they're going to lose that game. Cardinals are probably going to lose. I mean, they could go 2-6 in these next 6 games. They could go 2-6.
I hope you guys enjoy this.
They're not going to go
San
4-2.
Fran though.
I know that. Or you know,
Is
Is that Sunday night or
2-4
Monday
and 4.
night? The Bills one.
It looks like Sunday night NBC.
I think they go 2-4 throughout this. That gives them 7 wins. That's not enough for the playoffs. It's not going to get you a wild card spot.
No.
It's not going to win you the division.
No.
If they do go 4-2, which they could, I mean they can step it up. Anything could fucking happen. Then maybe they slam a wild card spot. I don't know.
Right.
But I don't like the way it looks, and I feel bad.
I don't
for them.
think
really
they're-
do.
I
I
don't
think they're a good team.
Look, I like your optimism, but they're not going to the playoffs this year. I'm sorry. Not with
I
this
said they
schedule.
weren't gonna go
Yeah. But you were saying I think if they can do this and do this, and
Yeah.
I don't think those are options. I think they're done for the year. I don't care how well Christian McCaffrey plays after this. I think they're done.
And actually, if you do have these guys all hurt like this, you know,
I wouldn't risk injury.
Ayuk's out, but Juan Jennings is hampered. Greenway, your linebacker, is hampered. McCaffrey, I think, is playing hurt.
Yeah.
Why don't you just shut
Rest
it down?
them. Rest them.
Why don't you just shut it down? It's over this year. It's over. It's fucking done.
Tell 'em,
Next
guys-
year, we'll see you fucking assholes next year.
We're looking forward to next season. That's what
Because if you lose one of these guys for a large amount of time at the end of the season, that means they're not here next
you
season.
don't want McCaffrey hurt because he won't.
You can't sit 6 games next season without one of these big guys, Debo Samuel, without Greenway, without McCaffrey. You can't do it.
No.
So
Yeah.
why even fucking risk it? I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose to Arizona probably on the last game of the season. You're gonna lose to the Rams here in 3 weeks.
It's a
You're definitely gonna
conversation
lose
for
next
sure.
week.
But do teams do that? Do they do that?
I think they have
Teams
before.
sit-
I don't know it, but
teams start sitting people in. I don't think so.
Let's look at history through history. No, most teams don't. They play these guys for some stupid reason.
okay.
I don't know why. I guess because they're always looking at if there's a potential, then we do it. That's what the goal always is in football. If there's a potential that we can move to the
It's
playoffs,
it's probably
we're gonna
partially
do it.
that. It's probably also partially these guys have incentives on their contracts. These riders that if they get
I don't think McCaffrey does. I think he's going to get paid whatever he wants. I don't think there has to be incentives. Him being on
I
the
don't
field,
know.
that's
I don't know
okay.
if you get to that level if they don't put these riders in their
You
contracts.
think there is some with
I
McCaffrey?
feel like there always are.
I feel like
aren't
there
they?
always is.
Okay, I could be wrong. You're
But
right.
we don't know.
Yeah, I
We're
don't
all
know.
just fucking
I'm just
talking.
speculating.
I just feel like when you're that elite, they're paying you what you don't have to have riders in the contract because you tell them what you want.
But
and you
also
get it.
remember when he landed that deal, everybody knew he was really good when he landed that deal with 49ers. He elevated himself, and maybe this is a good segue into the Eagles thing. He elevated himself last year into God's status.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
he was my MVP pick last year.
Yeah.
He was that fucking good last year. He could catch, he could run, he was elusive, he could truck you, he could do everything. He could do absolutely. If they would have lined him up at safety, I'm pretty sure you would have had 2 interceptions last year. Like he was that good of a
Well,
player.
let's not get crazy.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
He went to God status last year. He went to top of the fucking food chain running backs over
And
the
I
last
do-
10 years, not last year in the league. I mean, over the last 10 years, he was one of the best running backs to do it.
He
Last
was
year.
almost there when he was playing with the Panthers. I'm not gonna lie. He had me when he played for the Panthers.
And if you don't mind, can we segment now?
Well, it's actually the perfect segue because it's
Thank
it's
you.
almost an identical
with
situation
Barkley.
with McCaffrey. So good, so long in Carolina,
Yeah.
just wasting away in Carolina, and another guy in New York.
Who wasted away for a long time. Got hurt a lot, too. Let's actually say that. He
For
was hurt a
sure.
little
Luckily, not as long. I think this is only Saquon's like.
bit. 6
He
years.
had 2 or 3 seasons where he was injured.
No, what I was going to
And
say
played
is this
for the summer.
Saquon's third so New York paid him once.
Once, yeah.
He got halfway
Yeah,
through his
rookie,
rookie
got
deal.
paid.
He got paid again.
Now he got paid at Philly. Yes. So
And now he's something else, man.
I was shitting on this guy so much before the season because he.
Who was?
I was.
Wh-
I was.
Why?
I have a lot of crow to eat today
Yeah.
because I was very. I was shitting all. You remember? I was shitting all over Saquon before the season. I said, fuck the Philly. They got a guy that's not going to be there week 6.
Here's the problem. When you're taking on somebody who's so good that comes from a shit team, it's very hard to say this person's going to be a star. Or
the opposite. This guy's going to be trash. Yeah.
Because I'm sure in history, whether or not I believe it or not, there's been people who are supposed to be extremely good that came from a shit team, went to a good team, and then still didn't perform. It happens.
Yeah.
At any position. But for him to come through.
Deshaun Watson.
There you go. That's a great example.
It's a great example.
Great example. But for Saquon,
it's working.
And obviously
Saquon
Barkley. But just to see, and I don't know if it's because the offensive line is helping him out too. I'm sure that is, making holes for him to get through. That wasn't happening with the Giants.
Everybody needs a little help, right?
But listen, he was still good with the Giants. I mean, he still had great stats. I'm sure he still had 1,000 rushing yards.
What he's doing now, he jumped a guy backwards this year.
Is he going to have?
I've never seen.
Is he going to have 2,000 rushing yards this year?
Bro, I don't know.
What's he at now? He's got to be at like 15, correct?
If he continues doing what he's doing, and Adam posed this question before the show, is he better than McCaffrey last year?
I definitely think so. Yes.
I mean, he does everything McCaffrey does, and then he blocks.
He's at 14,
right?
He's at 14. Okay.
Is he the pass catcher that McCaffrey is? Nobody's fucking good. Is he as fast as McCaffrey? Maybe not, but it's fucking close.
That's very close.
And he blocks?
I think he's as fast as McCaffrey.
Adam was sitting here trying to find the block. Weren't you trying to find the block?
Yeah,
you go to the play, but you gotta see this fucking block.
The whole point that I was trying to make is this guy is bought in. He's not there to...
No.
If you remember that game, I think it was against the Giants, I think that the backwards hurdle... there was a whole storyline going on towards the end of that game because they were up so much where Sirianni came to him and was like, you're about to break this record and this record.
Yeah, do you want to do it? He goes, no, let him eat.
Yeah, he was like, let the young kids eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so
he's like, I want you to get it, but it's your decision.
Yeah, it's just that, and that says to me, hell yeah.
Sauce.
Spicy ranch.
Same.
Sure.
Whatever you're putting on it.
Thank you. Continue, Simon.
And that just mentally says to me that the dude is bought into the team, not his personal gain, what he can get out of it.
He wants to win a Super Bowl.
To see that. You love to see it. He was blocking. He was doing everything.
Philly fans should be very happy to have him.
When was the last time Philly won a Super Bowl? The Patriots?
3 years ago?
Foles?
A couple years ago.
The year after the Rams, right? Was it the year before?
The Patriots, 2017.
One was
So
Jalen
2017, no.
Oh, damn, it was way far back. Okay.
No.
God damn. But it's crazy to think if he keeps doing this. Yes, he is better than McCaffrey.
Okay.
Yes, he is an MVP candidate right now. And if he continues this, he's
he's
they're not
behind.
gonna give it to him, but
He's behind an incredible offensive line.
Is this a Super Bowl team this year?
I think so.
that's good. But everybody needs help.
Yeah.
It
No. I
doesn't
just
hurt me, but it's like oh well, Joe was only so good because they had that.
I think the point he was trying to make is what I was trying to say. I think he's producing at an astronomical rate as far as yardage and everything right now going into the season.
I understand if you put him on the Texans, he's not going to be able to jump people backwards and put up 255.
He might. Look at
I
Mixon. I disagree with that, but yeah.
Titans. I said Titans.
You said Texans.
I meant Titans.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. But even look at Tony Pollard yesterday. I mean, I don't know. Something's going on right with some of these running backs.
Or
on certain
anyway
teams.
with a bad line.
Sometimes they mesh right, and sometimes these teams get it right. They get the right freaking running back for the right offensive line for the right quarterback, and they go with it.
He's doing some special stuff.
The most hilarious, I don't know if I brought this up before, was did you ever see the clip from Hard Knocks? Because the Giants did Hard Knocks in the offseason, this past offseason, and the GM, I forget his name, Joe something, is sitting in the office, and John Mara, the owner, comes in, and he's like, what's going on? Because John Mara wanted to keep Saquon, and he's like, if he goes to Philly, I won't sleep. And the GM sitting at his desk, the speculation is he's faking, looking at his phone, and he goes,
the money's in the account.
He goes, Philly's out. He said, because John Mara, if he goes to Philly, I won't sleep. And he looks at his phone, he goes, Philly's out. And John says something, and he fucking laughs in his face. The GM laughs at John Mara, and then a couple days later, or later that day, Philly signed Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. But it was
If
the
you
right
ever,
move.
I won't pull it up right now, but I'll pull that clip up later. It is incredible to see that. Like,
Felt that in my nutsack. Actually.
Yeah.
I mean, but think
Jesus.
about it. He should have known that was happening. Come on, bro. How long were you going to hold on to Saquon?
no, that's the whole like the
There's
whole
30
the
other
conversation
teams in
is
the
like
league.
is like you know
Philly
you're
wanted the
it's owner versus it's like the owner's like let's pay this guy. Instead they pay Daniel Jones. That did not work out, and
He was like, fucking let it go.
yes. Yeah, no, but that's the whole point. Is
Bang, bang.
John
Well,
Morrow?
what was the offer for Saquon? Did it benefit the GM in any
It's
way?
always-
I think they.
I know,
Yeah, I don't
I
remember.
know.
I think it was.
I know what he's trying to say. What I'm saying is there's always a reason. And you
Of
weren't going to
course
hold
you're
on. You weren't going to hold on to Saquon.
I don't think Saquon wanted to be held on to. Not there.
Exactly. There you go.
So
He's great. The rest of the Eagles team is okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pass rush is good. I like the
Devontae
D
Smith's
line.
hurt now, right?
I don't know.
I think
I
Devontae
don't
Smith's
know.
hurt.
I don't know.
I didn't see him catching
AJ Brown?
much, if anything, yesterday.
No.
AJ Brown's good.
Because he got
AJ
hurt.
Brown's a hell of a raw receiver. I like AJ Brown.
I love it.
I like AJ Brown.
Yeah.
So I like their tight end. It's
Goddard?
pretty good. Yeah. Their quarterback is wishy-washy. Probably not the guy you would want to pick for your team, but a good one to have. I wouldn't pick him for my team. I think he has too many
Hurts?
limitations.
Are you talking about
Hurts.
like
But
him.
he's a football player. He played football well. So,
I like him. I like him. I think he's a perfect quarterback for that team.
I think he has a lot of limitations, but I think Saquon's definitely. And we were just talking about this with the Lions. You know, I said if somebody gets hurt in the Lions, if Goff goes down, if one of their two star running backs goes down, because they have two star running backs over there in fucking Detroit, if one of them goes down, if St. Brown gets hurt, if Williams gets hurt, if one person gets hurt in that offense, they can still win games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If Saquon goes down today, if he falls on his Achilles bust today going shopping or something like that,
Yeah.
Philly's fucked. They're fucked. They can't do it without him.
Yeah.
They just can't do it without him. They couldn't win a game, sure. Can they win two? Maybe. But they can't get to the Super Bowl without him.
It seems that way. It does
That's
seem
why
that
he's
way.
in the MVP race. Because he
Yeah.
actually is, to the truth, in dot to the letter. Or,
It's
you know what I'm
extremely
trying
hard
to
to
say. He's the
argue
MVP.
that.
He's the most valuable player on
It's
that
extremely
offense.
hard to argue that point because it is very true. The only disagreement I have is I think if he did go down, I think they'd still pull together some wins. Would they be who they are? Absolutely.
No, for sure.
I mean, Laporta's been out for a couple of games this year, and you never even noticed on
Playing.
Detroit.
He's playing. Did he just play yesterday?
Yeah, he's
He
playing
did play,
now,
right?
but like, he
Okay.
missed some games.
Who was
Nobody
Philly's-
noticed.
Who was Philly's main back last year? Swift.
DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
That he was there last year, not 2 years ago.
How
I
about,
think he was there both.
how about
I think he was there
Gainwell
both.
being able to get touchdowns in this offense now, though?
Who?
Kenneth Gainwell.
Who else is he?
He's
He's
one
the
of
backup,
for
not
Philly.
backup. He's the other running
You don't
back.
know him because he's been with them for years now. And he's
You got a
never-
toucher?
Yeah.
Hey.
He's had a toucher in the past couple games just because of Saquon's presence.
Yeah.
When they bring him in, they're like, well, they're not running this idiot. And then they send him straight up the fucking middle. And there he goes. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
A great thing couldn't happen to a worse team. Fuck the Eagles. But Saquon's GG.
Why fuck the Eagles?
I think their fans are awful.
Fans are
You're,
passionate fans.
excuse me.
Passionate? Passion doesn't burn down your city when you win a
Sir,
fucking Super Bowl.
Excuse
They're
me,
shit
you're
people.
talking to a Phillies fan right there.
We'll see what happens if
Can
Cleveland
you
wins the Super Bowl.
tone it down
Can
a
you,
little?
can you not see the difference between Steelers fans and Philly fans?
Phillies fans will spit
That's not
in
the
your-
conversation.
Phillies fans will spit in
Sweetheart,
your
look
eye.
at this. Thank you.
They're mean. Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
Philly fans are terrible. They're
Before
the
we-
worst type of person in the fucking world. Steelers fans aren't that bad. They just fuck their cousins and sisters.
We're not going to eat this while we're recording, correct? We can take a break.
They're not in
Yeah,
Alabama.
Huh?
It's just a joke. Did you see that thing I put on Facebook the other day?
No.
What?
It was a Steelers fan, the Steelers shirt, he held up a sign, I married my sister. It's a running Browns joke, that's all.
I like it.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Philly because I don't like their fans.
These look delicious. Thank you, Molly.
We'll eat in a second. I'll be right next to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that we actually have anything else to talk about this.
No, I think that was that was there were some
Just about-
highlights from week 12.
Hey, did I send a shout out to John Jacob Jingleheimer?
What
Or
a man.
Josh
I
Jacobs,
think
excuse me?
you mentioned
He is
them.
your running back, too.
Yeah, that's right.
You mentioned them,
Okay,
but
cool.
And when the ball comes out, we'll never.
what's
sleep
tonight?
on it.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Chargers. Ravens. Right.
Chargers, Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens. Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, there's some games we can touch on, but I don't think they're worth touching on.
No, I think it was. Yeah, that's all I really got out of yesterday.
It seemed boring, but actually there was a lot of meat in this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of good things to take away from. And you know what? We'll get into next week here on next segment. So let's eat some breakfast sandwiches, and we'll be right back with you guys. Speaking to Jake, pick'ems.
Pick'ems? Pickles or pick'ems?
Pickles.
Or pick'ems.
Speaking to Jake, we're back here with the family. It is Thanksgiving week after all, so we're here to give thanks to all of our friends. Everybody's here, and we're gonna do some pick'ems. But first things first, you guys know that. Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
And by the way, Adam's on the.
Cheers,
He's
y'all.
taking a shot too. Adam.
Salute.
Salute.
Happy
Thank you guys for
holidays,
being here.
everybody.
Oh, that's
That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Vanilla at the end?
yeah.
Yeah, I like that, bro.
I should have my pinky out when I took that.
What did you
shot.
give him, Captain?
Yeah,
Yeah, that probably
that's good
counts
round.
as shit.
Good round.
Real class.
I love it.
It's the only kind of rum you should probably ever shoot.
All right, guys. To business now. Gentlemen, we got. I don't know why I wrote. So I wrote for the first two games. I wrote the city name. For the rest of them, I wrote the fucking team name. Like I have Chicago, Detroit first.
Gets us to the same place.
It doesn't fucking matter. But let's start on Thanksgiving Day. The very first game at 12:30 is going to be the Bears at the Lions. What say you? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Detroit, by a mile. Caleb Williams is not going to have that same game against this. This Detroit defense is deadly. I don't know why. I don't
Look
know
at this line, too. It's
Yeah.
11.
Jesus.
And you know it's going to be more. That's why they're doing
Hey,
it.
the Kansas City game was at 11 too. And look
Was
how that
it?
ended up. Yeah. And so was Washington. Washington was 11-point favorites against fucking Dallas last week.
Jesus.
So let's just put that in perspective.
I do think that this is going to be like another blowout again. I'm sorry, Chicago. They suck. 35-14.
35-14.
And that's not out of reach for Detroit.
I got Detroit too. I'm gonna go something around the lines of 28. I think they rest some people. I think it's a little ugly first. 28-17. I think that's fair.
Okay.
17 is good. I think I'm offering them. I think I'm extending a branch to the Chicago Bears, who I pretty much shit on all year because of the quarterback. I think I'm giving them a nice 17.
Well, Thanksgiving history.
My turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to swerve on y'all a little bit. I think
Bears.
I'm going to take the Bears. I think Detroit is going to keep up their Thanksgiving tradition of losing. They have not. I just looked it up. They
lost last year.
They have not won on Thanksgiving since 2016.
I think they break that
that
tradition this year.
something about, even though they play
But
on
brother,
Thanksgiving,
this is you
every
realize this is a really good Detroit
it
team.
was last year too.
There was last year.
And they
Okay,
lost
well,
the
who they play last
The
year?
Packers.
There you go. That's more traditional. Bears are not.
I'm sticking with it. 24-21.
You sure
Bears.
can sway on this one? Take Detroit or?
I'm taking
No,
it.
I like that he did it. Chris, you're here with us. Do you want to pick on these?
I mean, the way Detroit's been going, I would go Detroit as well.
You should go Detroit.
Like, I would probably go something like 28-14, though. I don't see
I like
the
that.
Bears doing too much.
Perfect score.
28-14 Detroit. I got you down. Oh, you're doing picks with us then. Might as well
So,
settle in. You can roll over. Is he in camera?
No, I'm definitely not. I'm more like have like shoulder in.
Why don't you scoot over in camera? Then? Rich, you're doing this now.
Allow me to adjust.
All right.
Molly, if you wouldn't mind, would you grab me a beer? I'm sorry.
Where's the beer? Here?
It's over there.
Just a Miller.
Next game is the Giants at Dallas. This is going to be a shit show.
It's going to be a tough one to pick.
A tough pick. Thank you, Gorgeous. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a tough one to pick.
Really?
For me, it is because I kind of want to pick New York, even with DeVito. Hey,
Tommy Baker.
Tommy Cousins.
yeah, Baker did it when he scored. This is the battle of the backups. I'll go first. Okay, I am going to pick Dallas. But it's going to be it's a shitty 18-16.
Where's-
Let's go
wait,
22-1.
This
Dallas.
game is at 4:30 on Thanksgiving.
Are we gonna
because
see
this
snow?
is
Are
when
we gonna
everybody's
see
going to
snow
be
in this?
eating. Nobody's going to be
Are
caring.
we, you know they had Dallas had a snow game years ago in Texas.
Really?
I swear to God.
I'm
When,
so glad you brought that up.
When
Why do you think this could happen
the
again?
Steelers
This would be
when the
amazing.
Steelers played the Packers, they played it in Jerry World, and it
Snowed?
snowed.
When was that?
But
How long ago? Years ago?
2010.
Wow. So I guess it's
14
not
years
super impossible for it to happen. I thought that was.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think a snow game. First of all,
No,
there's
no.
a roof on the place.
not this time, but I'm saying it has happened in the past, which kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like what you get in Cleveland.
All about
or
that's
Buffalo, or it's not going to be, or in Foxborough, it's not going to be that kind of snow game. There might be some
Right.
light flurries,
Just some
but
sprinkles. No.
All right, we're getting off topic. I'm gonna pick.
I got Dallas 22-20. I got a weird game
I'm
coming.
just for the screw of it, I'm just gonna pick New York because I think they have a
Okay.
chance of beating them. Dallas just beat a good Washington team. They're coming in with some momentum. It is at home. They should win this game, but
What do you got?
all right, let's go 21-18, New York.
Good.
All right,
Who wants to go
fair
next?
enough, right?
I can go next. I'm also going to take New York,
Okay, I like it.
and I'm going to take. I think the score is kind of arbitrary on this one, but let's go. Yeah, let's go 24-17.
And if you're picking these scores, you got to figure Malik Neighbors is going to have something going on. So.
What you got there,
I was
Chris?
gonna say y'all are being extremely generous to subpar
Yeah,
teams.
I was about to say
I'm just
24.
like I'm looking at like 14-9. Like it's not even.
You might be right.
For who?
Dallas.
14-9.
Yeah, and that's actually a very good score.
Right.
I don't like
I
that
just-
Dallas doesn't get a field goal in that scenario, but you're
You
right.
need a toucher?
though. What's that?
Two
You need a
touchers.
toucher?
She's giving them 2 touchers.
No, it's 14-9, so it's 2 touches. They don't get a field goal. I think
Oh,
Dallas
he's
is going to
taking
get a
Dallas.
field goal.
Yeah,
take
Dallas.
Low scoring.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it could very well be.
No, you're right. You're probably right.
The only reason I went up a little bit is primetime Thanksgiving. These guys got to show out.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Like I said, I think that they do this on purpose because if you think about the holiday, this is the time people watch this morning game, this 12:30 game.
Mhm.
This Dallas game, people are going to be
Busy,
putting their food on
cooking,
the
walking
plates,
around,
eating.
driving.
It'll be on the background, but
Driving.
yeah. And then this night game, I like this a lot actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't dislike it. I'm not like a huge fan of it. Oh, Chris is sitting out. Hey, why don't you make your pick in this game first and you can fuck off the that?
I'm gonna go. I'm liking Miami for it. I don't know why.
What's
Just-
your number?
I'm thinking it's gonna be probably 24-18.
Mm.
Okay.
I feel like it's just like a touchdown field goal difference
Okay.
in the game.
Okay. I am going to pick the Packers this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can pick against Packers at Lambeau on Thanksgiving.
Gotta go for the upset.
Yeah. Well,
I'm totally going
I
with
got
that.
I got Packers like 30-21.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm going to go Packers 34-28. You know, I mean, hell. There's going to be a lot of
Maybe I'm
scores in Lambeau
crazy.
Field this day. It always happens. It's always a high-scoring game. Green Bay usually wins. We'll see what
I can
happens.
see the
but-
28 from the Dolphins. I could, I guess.
Mhm. Don't forget, they've got a healthy team. Are they good? No, but they've got Devin A-Chain is extremely good.
Especially when Tua's there.
Yeah, Tua's back. Tyreek's there.
Tua is-
Waddle, all them guys are.
Tua is extremely important for A-Chain's success.
Yes, and he's there, and all the other players are there, so they're going to score a lot. Green Bay, I mean, I like that Josh Jacobs, man. I like Christian Watson on the back end. Is like
Romeo Dobbs isn't a scrub.
he sucks though. He's not that good.
Not a scrub.
I like Christian Watson better.
Well, who's their tight end over there? in Green
Tyler
Bay?
Kraft. They
Not a
got,
scrub. Pretty good.
he's pretty good, and they got who's the other tight end? I can't remember his name, but so they've got a team, and
Okay.
they're going to do it on Thanksgiving. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
You'd be stupid to pick against them.
And you're going to pick against them, aren't you?
No, I just said I don't think you can pick against the Packers on Thanksgiving at Lambeau. 27-21.
Cool. All right.
That's a good score too.
I like this game, and I would like to pick first if you guys don't mind. Raiders at Chiefs.
Yeah.
I am picking the Raiders.
Oh,
I'm
really?
picking the fucking Raiders.
I don't disagree.
No, do I actually think it's going to happen? No. Do I think it can happen? Oh, fuck yeah, I think it could happen.
Look at what happened with the
Yeah,
Panthers.
I really believe it could happen.
The
Now they're going to
Raiders
get
are
lucky.
Kansas City's kryptonite.
Yeah, they play them hard. Now, I hate Las Vegas's fucking offense. I just hate it. I don't know how they're going to score on this Chiefs defense, and I've already picked them, and I'm going to pick them, so I'm going to make it work for myself here and tell you that they make it work on defense. There's some turnovers in this game, and they get field position, and it's going to be a lot of field goals that are going to lead this game to something really, really ugly, probably along the lines of 22. What is that? That's 5 field goals and a toucher. Let's go 3 field goals and a toucher. What is that? 9 plus 7 is going to be 16.
Wait, 3 field goals,
Let's go
15.
Let's go 6.
Toucher, 22.
I hate 16. Let's go 19-17 Raiders.
Normally I'd pick Vegas, but I think it's going to be Kansas City 21-20.
21-20 Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the time of year that the Chiefs are done fucking around. 20.
It should be. This needs to be the game to make that statement too.
You know what? 31-17.
I like that because if they're going to be, this is the game to go. Okay, let's show everybody we're not fucking around anymore. We almost just got our ass kicked not ass kicked. We almost just lost to the fucking Panthers. We need to come back and let these motherfuckers know we're going for a goddamn Super Bowl. Let's embarrass us.
The reason I tempered my
That's awesome. I like that.
The reason I tempered my score was because they are still playing the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, I think it's going to be divisional.
The
And
reason I tempered it,
I mean, the Chiefs. It's crazy to say a 9-1 team has something to prove, but they have something to prove.
yeah, because they're scraping by these games.
Mhm.
You can't do that.
They're winning on luck and calls and just field goal. They're just scraping by.
So now it's time to prove it, or your luck's going to run out eventually.
Correct.
And you don't want to get to the playoffs on
And
luck.
this is a bad enough team, albeit divisional. It's a bad enough team to really put it down.
Hey, my Bills just whooped them. And now I know they only won by like 11 points, but they fucking, or whatever it was, 9. They whooped them. They beat them the whole game defensively,
They're a good
offensively.
team.
They made them look stupid, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And when Josh Allen ran in that 4th and 2 touchdown, like everybody in Buffalo went out and did about 6 shots and had 10 beers that night.
Bang their brother. And
Down there on Chippewa Street, banged everything.
next game, Chargers at Falcons. I'll go first. Chargers. I think Falcons are frauds. I think they're a decent team that doesn't play very well.
Exactly. They're not together yet.
Who
Who is the Falcons and who?
Chargers. Chargers at Falcons. It's in Atlanta, and I'm still picking the Chargers. It's going to be 27 to probably 17.
I'm absolutely taking the Chargers. I agree. They're a better team. They're better coached.
Better quarterback. Better defense.
Yeah, at this point, yes. But I'm going to say 24 to 17. Los Angeles.
I like it.
I'll take the Chargers too. 23 to 20.
It could very well be close too, because Kirk Cousins is famous for catching back up and losing.
They're not dog shit. The Falcons. They aren't. They can actually kind of compete and beat anybody.
I'll tell you one thing.
Compete with and beat anybody, but
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody's talking about them. You don't hear about them on ESPN.
that's because they have bad losses.
They're just not as good as they should be. And nobody talks.
They're not fun to watch.
No, they absolutely are not. It's actually sad to watch them.
Pretty cool game this week. Steelers in Cincinnati.
Love another divisional game
At
for
the
the
Bengals.
Steelers. I love it. I love every divisional
Dude,
game.
all the
Steelers
divisional
play.
games. They have 9 games. They're the last 9 games. 6 of them were divisional, right? Or is the last 8 6 are divisional?
No, we got this.
You
I
play
think
the
we play
Chiefs
you
and
again
Eagles.
next week.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
week after.
After this week.
You got
After
the Chiefs
this
and the
week, they
Eagles.
play.
Everything else is fucking
Yep.
divisional. Last
Yep.
8 games.
I love
That's
it.
crazy.
I love that. I love divisional football at the end of the year. It's great. It's fun to watch.
Well, if you guys are going to make your case to get better and actually make a push to the Super Bowl, divisional games will get you in shape to do that.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that helps you get in a playoff spot as well.
With that being said, I'm
Winning
taking the
more divisional
Bengals.
games.
I'm taking the Bengals. I think when the dust settles, it's going to be 28 to 26, 28, 27, something like this, and they just did a little bit more in the passing game than Russell could.
Well, here's the thing, too. You don't want to go into a shootout against Cincinnati and you have Russell Wilson and Justin Fields.
28-27. The winning score comes in the fourth quarter from the Bengals. It is close all
Jamar
day.
Chase, you wanna
And
make
actually,
a
the
call?
Bengals might start the whole first half out losing. They might not take the lead till
Let's
the
do a little
fourth quarter.
side bet there. You pick who gets that final touchdown for Cincinnati. I'm going to say Jamar Chase. Could be Chase Brown. It could be Higgins. It could be homeboy that just came.
Now, what if it ends
on?
on a field goal? And they went on a field goal. Did
Well,
we just
then
void
it's-
this?
yeah,
or
it's
did we
null
go
and
to a
void.
touchdown that was before that?
No, do you really think this game can end on a field goal?
No, but what if it does? What do we do then?
Then it's null and void. Of course. I'm picking Jamar Chase. I think he would get that game-winning, go-ahead, nail-in the coffin touchdown in this situation.
I'm gonna go to running back.
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
And I also think Higgins could do it too. I think that's the thing is those 3 guys, they're just they're showstoppers. Any one of them could take a big play to the house. Any freaking one of them. Chase Brown could run for 35, 40 yards for a touchdown. Higgins could snag a 35, 40, and Jamar Chase could snag a 70-yard touchdown at the end of the game. Easily.
What are we
He's
betting
that
on
guy.
this?
Okay.
$10. Case beer.
12 pack.
12
12 pack of beer. 12 pack of beer. That's fair. I like that.
12.
If
Did you
it's
make
a
your
field
pick?
goal, then it's null and void. Well, I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
You are.
I don't want to, but I have to.
Why? Cool. No, I like it. I didn't
feel
think you
like
were going to take them.
I feel like Pittsburgh. I think they could win this game. I absolutely do.
Of course.
I think the firepower on Cincinnati is a little bit at this point in the divisional matchup, and it's in Cincinnati. I think it's too much for Pittsburgh. I know their defense is outstanding. Obviously,
It
it's
is.
probably number 3,
Top
4,
5 for
5.
sure. Top 3 maybe. Right?
I would guess. But this is divisional. It's Joe Burrow. He knows how to handle these situations. He knows how to get. He's not a chump. He can get rid of the ball fast. If they're fucking gonna, and Pittsburgh is gonna rush. They
He's leading
are
the
gonna
league
put.
in yards. and
I
touchdowns.
guarantee you, if he
How
throws
many
30,
touchdowns he has this year?
if Joe Burrow throws 30 passes, I guarantee you 19 of those are pressured. I guarantee you they're gonna rush this defense as fast as they fucking can. You know what his answer is? Higgins, Chase. He's got dump off passes to Chase Brown.
Yep.
He's gonna get out of the situation.
Yep.
He's gonna score points. This isn't a game where Cincinnati doesn't score. Again, it's divisional. So I want to say 24-21 Cincinnati.
I like that.
Yes.
Sir, your thoughts on this game?
I think y'all talked me into taking Cincinnati. You know we haven't played Joe Burrow since 2022
How did that happen?
because he
Injured?
got hurt last year.
Injuries.
I remember last year. I remember you last
Well, that
year.
was-
You got those 2 games. It was like the third game from the end. You played somebody else in the very last game, right? The reason you guys made the playoffs.
No, it was earlier than that. I think because Burrow got hurt like midway through the season, didn't he?
I thought it was earlier.
Okay,
than that, but
I'm sorry. Maybe you're right. I thought you played
Didn't
them.
he get week,
had a game
hurt
in the
week
very
2,
last
then
game.
came back and got hurt again? It was something
Well,
stupid.
he was with his calf before the season, and then he like hurt his wrist, maybe week like
Yeah.
7 or something. And I
Yeah.
think we played him week 8 or
Alright.
something like that.
There you go.
But yeah, 27-24 Bengals.
No shit, man. I can't believe you
Damn
did
it.
that. I just can't believe you did that.
What did you say?
We Bengals
27-1.
27-24.
27-24.
I mean, at some point.
I thought for sure you were saying. And then Chris is outside. He's obviously not doing pixels anymore. He's a Steelers fan.
Yeah, give us the loss, and then let's buckle it up.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to. My point was I was trying to get at. I think Pittsburgh takes one more loss, and I think they move on from there and either get into the playoffs or they don't. I think they're a playoff team. I think they're going to still lose some good games.
I mean, losing this game doesn't put you out of the playoffs.
And
It
like
doesn't put you out of
and
winning
here's the thing,
division.
and I absolutely believe without a shadow of a doubt, if they get to the playoffs, they're at least through. Whether it's wild card, if they're wild card, fine. I think they absolutely get through the first game.
Who's their obviously if the Ravens is their opposition in the division, right?
Yes,
Ravens are going to lose
Yeah,
some more
Bengals.
games coming up. Ravens aren't going to win out. So the Steelers are okay to drop this game, and even probably one more game,
Yeah.
and still win
I don't
the
wanna see-
division.
I don't
I'll
wanna
take a
see that
wild
happen.
card, win the division.
Hey, and don't get me wrong. I like Steelers more than Cincinnati. I want to see them to win this game. I just,
I hate them. So
You have to
I
say
know
it.
you do. I know you do. I'm a guy who enjoys all the teams, even when they suck.
I want Cincinnati to win, but I also do believe that Cincinnati can and probably will.
I think they
This
approach
game,
it well.
this game, after that Browns loss, this game in Cincinnati, I think they'll lose.
Yeah. Okay.
Cards Vikes next. I'm not very happy picking either of these teams to win because I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. But I am gonna pick the Vikes, just because I don't know what to do in this game. We picked the Cards last week against the fucking Seahawks, and I thought that they could actually do it. It seems the Cards show up when you don't think they're going to be there, and they don't show up when they aren't. That division's all fucked over there, the NFC West. That's the NFC West, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all fucked over there. And we just looked at it earlier. It's 6-5, 6-5. Cards and Seahawks are tied, and then it's fucking Rams and 49ers.
No, that's not
5-6,
West.
5-6.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
is
NFC
that West?
Yeah.
Thought Kansas City was in the. Oh, that's
AFC.
AFC.
It's
sorry.
a weird division. They're weird
Wow.
teams. Vikings are 9-2 though. Vikings can do some things. Jefferson just had an off week where he was covered a lot. They kind of put it down, locked him down. Addison did his thing, and Hawkinson did his thing in those games. They each had over 100 yards receiving in those games.
Mhm.
Addison had a touch of add to it. So it's not like they don't have a passing attack. They do. Even when Jefferson's not there, they can't pass the ball. Problem is, you have to lock down Jefferson and let those guys open. I don't know if the Cards can lock down Jefferson, so everything's fucking open. I think this game goes to the Vikes by default. I guess I'm going to go 24-18. Vikes. Cards try to make it weird, and
Can I pick next?
yeah,
I think you're on to more than you think. I believe the Vikings absolutely win this game. I think you're not giving them enough credit. And I do understand Justin Jefferson was locked down, but that's kind of also part of their game plan. They know Jefferson's going to be double, triple team. They have
2
Hawkinson
other
back
receivers,
healthy.
a tight end and a receiver with 100 yards rushing.
What was homeboy Addison who did well too? Addison, I think he had
Over
like
100?
158 receiving yards and 2 touches or
I
something.
think that's 1 toucher.
Okay.
And Hawkinson was over 100
But-
yards receiving as
Come
well.
on, man.
Yeah.
There's answers.
They got options. That's why I
There's
said they
answers.
got options
Yeah.
to go to when you
So
lock
for
them down.
but what I was getting is that you were kind of hemming and hawing about, are the Vikings good enough? I mean, they're 9-2. I think they're absolutely good enough.
Sure.
Darnold's okay.
Right.
Arizona, they've got some players, but they need some help. I don't know what it is that they need to do. If that's coaching, because you don't have elite players and not win games. I'm sorry, and they have, but they're not what they should be. That's another team that nobody's talking about. Like
Well,
the Falcons.
Kyler doesn't do good on the road, and I shouldn't have known that when we picked that Seahawks game. They were going to Seattle.
We did want.
Kyler
Seahawks.
never does good
It's
enough.
okay. You know what? You win some, you lose some. Arizona always has a chance to win. They have the players to do it. They're not beating the Vikings. I'm sorry. The Vikings defense, although it's not the best in the league, is not bad. And they're going to disrupt. They're going to cover Marvin Harrison Jr. They're going to take out the ground game with James Conner. It's done. Kyler Murray, Arizona's to win this game. Kyler Murray's going to have to run for his life. He's going to absolutely have to run for his life. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. Okay?
Score.
Okay.
No, I like that. That was wonderful.
And I'm sorry I got descriptive about it, but I
No,
want
that
to
was
explain
beautiful.
to you why I thought
That
Minnesota.
was beautiful.
Okay, fine. So I want to go 28 to 21. I think it can still be within reach, but
It was a beautiful little diatribe.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? That was wonderful.
Was it okay?
That was beautiful.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Oh, all right.
And you didn't have your cock out. And it was wonderful.
Well, it's still, we're not done with picks. So.
I want to pick it. I want to guess what you're going to guess. You're going to pick the Vikings 31-17, aren't you?
No, lower than that. I kind of wanted to pick Arizona because I am fascinated to see what Kyler does against this and that whole offense does against this Minnesota defense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not. It's
Couldn't make it work.
20.
No,
what's that?
but you know what there is?
Couldn't
always,
make it work in your head.
But don't you think that there
23
is?
to 20 though, close enough.
Don't you feel like Kyler Murray does give them a chance to win, though?
Yeah,
Because
Well,
any
obviously.
given Sunday, correct? Now, I don't know if this game's on
Obviously,
Sunday.
yeah.
but
I mean,
any given Sunday, right?
he still
But
is a talent. Call him what you want to. He's a bitch. Doesn't do film study.
He's
all
short.
This,
He's
that.
short for a quarterback.
He's still a talent.
I know.
And we've seen it this year. Him win games
Yes, absolutely.
almost by himself.
Yeah.
Will it? You know. But
No.
Connor's helped him a lot too.
But when you look at the team as a whole, you don't see this as a playoff team right now, do you? Or do you?
they might snag the division.
Okay.
You know.
If they do,
It was really bad losing to Seattle. If they beat Seattle last week, they would be in lead.
yeah,
They had
they're
the division.
yes,
Now
you're
they're
right.
tied because
You're
they
right.
lost. But I mean, they can still do
You're
some things. They
absolutely
win
right.
this game. They're on their way to winning the division.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do Seattle here in a little bit. But
Okay.
next game, Colts at Patriots. I'm going to pick the Patriots, and the reason why is I actually like this. I think this Patriots team is a bad team, but a scrapper of a team. I don't see any scrap out of the Colts. I see them as being a little better than being. How do I want to say this? They're a little more talented than they are a cohesive team.
Mhm.
And I see it the opposite of the Pats. They're a little more of a cohesive team than they are talented. And I think it's enough's enough. The Colts aren't very good. Richardson is not working. The defense is not working. Joe Flacco's there. That didn't work for you. Then you got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Okay. The running back over there in Indianapolis is really good, and he can cause some problems to the Patriots team. I understand that. The Patriots are not a finished product. They're nowhere near close to that. They're nowhere near close to being a staple in the division. But for this one game against the Indianapolis Colts, I think they beat them. I think they beat them. I think it's going to be 20-17 Colts or Pats. Excuse me.
Okay. So I love what the points that you made. With that being said, I'm picking Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over New England. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
there you go. Okay, fine.
And you just saw this Miami New England game, so
Yeah.
they couldn't stop AJ. They're not
That's
going
a
to.
different beast, though.
If Anthony, here's my thing though.
He didn't
Anthony,
do that. He didn't go that crazy.
listen. Here's my thing. Anthony Richardson has to stop being Superman, take the cape off, and fucking hand the ball off to Taylor. I know he handed it off to him like 13. It was like 13 times yesterday. It's not enough.
He needs to be a quarterback. Right now, he's not.
He had more rushing yards than Taylor did.
I don't think the game is not slow to him right now. It's all moving way too fast for him to do anything.
He's not the right guy.
He's not good up here.
But what I want to say is, if for some reason he gets out of his own head and hands the ball off to Taylor against this shitty New England defense is not going to be able to stop him, they win.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
You're losing anyway. You're Anthony Richardson. You're losing anyway. So why not slow the game down, hand the ball off, run play action, find your
play
routes,
action for sure.
and
I don't
fuck
think
them up because you're losing anyway. So why not lose a game trying to get better instead of trying to do it all?
If you watch this jerk, I don't think play action is in his. I don't think play action is in his vocabulary.
Well, that's the coordinator too. Maybe
he's a running quarterback, and that's not what the Colts need. Whenever you're a running quarterback in a scheme where you have a running back that's good, you're stupid. Okay?
See, I thought he was supposed to be more of a hybrid quarterback.
That's just like that's why I was worried about Derrick Henry going over to Baltimore. They fixed that problem. They've worked it out. I know they're not the greatest team, but they know what they're doing with Derrick
Richardson
Henry.
didn't have a lot of starts in college, so he didn't have a lot of knowledge.
Now, he came from Gators?
I don't remember, but I know he didn't have a lot of starts.
He came from Gators, I think. Either way.
He needs to
He's used to that southern
learn to
style
play
of ball.
quarterback. And you're already losing. You're out of everything.
But you know what I'm saying? Like college,
Lose the
southern
right
college teams, these quarterbacks, some of them coming out there, that's all they do is run the fucking ball.
What's the score?
Okay. 24-21, Indianapolis. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. 24-14 in Indianapolis. I think Drake May can throw 2 touchdowns. I think he can put up 280-something yards passing. I just don't think he's good enough to beat this Indianapolis Colts team if they run Jonathan Taylor. And they do have Joshua Downs out there, and I don't know if Pittman's healthy or not, but and Richardson needs to wake the fuck up. He's got a team in front of him.
You
You
gotta
can't
play
be that guy.
quarterback. You need to start playing quarterback.
You're no Josh Allen.
Calm down. If
You're
you're
no
going to lose the
Jalen
game
Hurts.
anyway, just quit trying to do
You
too
would
much.
think with that OC too that came over from Philly that they would be run.
Is that who they got?
I think Shane Steichen is still the
I don't even know who the hell it is. You know more than me about
OC
them.
in Philly for a while, so they
And he's the
got a
offensive coordinator
No,
now.
he's a head coach.
Well, if he's the head coach, he needs to have a talk with Anthony
That's the
Richardson.
problem. That's why it's so surprising because you would think with the weapons that they have and the style of football that they want to play.
Well, the experiment didn't really work with Joe Flacco either.
Yeah.
But
And we know Joe Flacco's
now
still got a little bit of a tank.
listen, homie. I know you're, and I want to get to that point real fast. I just wanted to say one thing. They needed to give Flacco another week or two. Okay, you need to have another week or two. Fair, very fair. It's Flacco. Is he not good?
He's good. He's still got some juice.
He's better than Anthony Richardson right now.
He's squeezing the rest of
Way
his
better.
juice. Squeezing that
And let me
juice.
tell you something else. When Flacco was playing, those wide receivers were eating. I had a couple of them. I've watched it.
Mhm.
They've been eating. Anthony
Pierce?
Richardson will not throw the ball. I don't know if he's scared or what the problem is, or he just thinks.
He doesn't see it. He can't see it. He's not good enough to
Is
see
he
it.
blind like Jameis Winston was?
No, he's just young and dumb. And Flacco's been there before. He knows where to throw these things. He knows
So,
what's the thing before him. Richardson can't read. He can't see the field like.
But just a nightcap, what to say about this to end it. Richardson needs to hand the ball off this game. He needs to feed Jonathan Taylor. And if he can make some possible throws, I don't know, downs, maybe just a couple, to let him get the ball down the field and then punch it in with Jonathan Taylor, you can beat this New England defense.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Drake May has nobody to play to. So
Poor Drake.
he's not he's good, but he's not
I like
scaring
Drake.
he's not scaring anybody away. You can impose your will on this team.
What do you got here, buddy? I'm sorry, we kind of cut you off. On our little thing.
I'm going to take New England. I think it's going to be a little bit of a low
You
score
are.
game, but
You are going to take the pass.
yeah,
What do you got? What do you got? 9-3.
17-10.
That's actually a perfect score. That's what it's going to be like. Something
17-10.
like
Yeah.
that.
it is.
You know what I mean? It's going to be.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
I
get,
actually could see 9-6.
we talked too much about that. Let's get to the next
Sorry.
one. We talked way too much about that. but
Sorry.
It was fun.
All right. Seahawks at the New York stinking Jets. You know, we didn't get to those Jets points. Maybe we'll do it next week.
What's
Maybe
the?
we could just touch on it right now. Will Aaron Rodgers be playing in this game?
You know what? Who cares?
Why don't you set the table a little bit with the,
Yeah,
with the Jets?
set us up. Set us
I
up. our
don't want to
Thanksgiving
get
table.
too deep into it, but I'm sure as viewers of the show will already know by the time they watch this, there's been a lot of bullshit coming out of New York, and regarding Aaron Rodgers and what the team what the coaching staff and what the
You
ownership is.
suck, Aaron Rodgers. I love you, but you have a poopy mouth.
And then the new thing is that he's apparently injured and been refusing to
Do the scans?
get scanned. So we'll see by the time this game gets played on Sunday. We got a whole new week.
So-
They're coming off a bye. Are they going to sit him down and just, punt
So,
the
quick
season?
question for
And
the show.
I've seen thrown out there that they could release him by the
I want to know, quick question for the show, what your opinion is. If he refuses the scans, can he still play?
Well, I think if it becomes
Buddy, I don't know.
an issue, now the NFL has to get involved, and now
That's
And the
don't
commission, does the commissioner make the decision at that point?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Because we've never had to cross this path where
I'm-
someone refuses scans like
I'm
an
a
asshole.
chef. I'm
Just
not
like he wouldn't take the fucking COVID vaccine, which is
Oh,
fine. He had an excuse for that, but he was weird back then too. This doesn't make sense that he anything that they can help as far as
He's
rehab,
smart.
he refuses it and says, "I'm fine.
Well,
and
but I think
I'm going to
that-
go into a marsh for 2 weeks and
I think
pray."
that-
Fuck you.
I think that the story is that he knows if he gets scanned that he won't be playing.
Then so be it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying this is what the
It's a whole mess over
Yeah,
there.
the Jets
in,
are-
in New Jersey.
He
It's
really-
a
hey,
fucking mess.
Just stop for a second. He really fucked this team up this year. Cut the tape.
I
Cut the
told
tape.
you guys.
He really fucked this team.
This is a fuckery.
Cut the tape.
But what I said was he got Sally fired, and there is evidence maybe to point towards maybe.
Yeah, I don't
That's not
see
true.
any merit in that.
Did you
But
say?
I don't want to go down that road.
Well, Woody Johnson might have wanted him.
I
back,
just feel like we all can agree that
and
this-
Sally said no. And
The
that's
story
maybe why
is
Sally got
that the owner wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers after week 4, and
cut. Coaches
the
know.
coach and the GM and the coaches said, "Are you absolutely crazy? You cannot do that. It's a PR nightmare." And
Oh, for sure. It is, too. I mean, you don't acquire Aaron Rodgers, the great God-sent football
when
player
your football
from the
decisions
stars.
are being controlled by media obligations or implications or anything like that,
There's
you're-
rules in place.
you're a fucking dumpster.
There's
fire.
rules in
You are a
place, too.
dumpster fire of a fucking team.
There's probably some form of, I don't know, if you were to bench him, there's probably some form of fines or something that come across to the team that you have to pay for benching a quarterback like
I
that.
doubt that.
I don't.
I also think,
Heavily.
like in
Heavily
hindsight,
done
it is interesting
I don't.
because of the style. Listening to Aaron Rodgers speak for so long and seeing him on Hard Knocks and just kind of understanding how meticulous he requires his players to be, that he thought that this was going to go well because you need buy-in for his offense to work.
Because he comes in the locker room and says, "Hey, clean your shoulders." You ain't
Well,
coming
you
out
saw what he
with
said
your
about Mike Williams
Uh,
before he got traded to
Your
the
breath
Steelers.
stinks. Take concerns.
And he requires just perfection. If you're going to win an Aaron Rodgers offense, he requires you to run the exact precise route that you are supposed to run. You
I'm
see him
surprised he
throw into
implements
spots.
that because
What's that?
I'm surprised he implements this into the offense at all because he's won one Super Bowl.
Obviously-
He's not that
obviously
fucking great.
He can't do it.
He's not
That's wrong.
right, but for them to be like, just so you come into the Jets and all of a sudden they're like, okay, so Zach Williams out. Just so you guys know too, we're getting Aaron Rodgers. Now you're gonna have to trim your nails, clean your
No,
balls,
that's not what I'm
shave them,
saying.
scrub your asshole. Like that's the type of shit that
That's
he
not what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? And they're like, wait a minute. I was fine until you said
My balls are
asshole.
not getting trimmed.
Yeah,
Well, they are now,
I'm
motherfucker.
I am not trimming that hair. That hair stays.
I know what you mean. He's making a joke. That was funny.
I'm
So
sorry,
it's
it's not
just
that
in
fun.
hindsight, it's
No, it wasn't
fascinating
that
because you see what the Jets are and they have been, and there was. I don't understand what he thought was going to happen, like because you need complete buy-in for this to work,
Right.
and
Everybody's
if
100%.
you're gonna like waver a little bit and then they're gonna fucking clean house, and there's gonna be all this, then it's not gonna work.
And then also at that point, what do you have left of the team? They're fucking moral. They're not
yeah,
their
it really jocks the team.
not demoralized. What's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, I think that's kind of the
No,
morale's down.
I think if he
What
had
was
gotten
it?
into
Morale.
work,
Their morale is down.
but I think if they had a little bit of an opportunity to actually make it work, that winning cures
I
everything.
think if he was
Yes.
a little bit of a bigger
But that's
name,
not happening. in
if
this
he was a
situation.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, it would have worked a little better.
Because there's respect.
But he's Aaron
there.
Rodgers. He's out taking mushrooms in the forest
Look,
and doing stupid shit, and he's only won one Super Bowl a million years
They
ago.
respect
how
Peyton
many
Manning.
teams have-
They
how
respect
many-
Tom Brady. Nobody. We don't respect
Peyton
Aaron
Manning couldn't
Rodgers.
throw a ball 40 yards, went to the Broncos, and got the 2 Super Bowls. Lost one poorly, but won one as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Tom Brady, look what he did.
I respect Peyton.
He
Manning.
won.
Because there
a
were
lot. And
I don't
Eli.
know. There are different situations, almost against the point that you were holding up until this point. At least is Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay,
Mhm.
Right. Wins the
and
Super
they
Bowl.
Cruz is great.
But my point, and the same thing with I think what happened with Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
You take these guys and you go, you do whatever the fuck you want to do. Essentially,
Yes. Absolutely.
this is your offense.
Yes.
And we're gonna, if you remember Tom Brady, the year that he won in Tampa, the first year he was there was.
You went and got Gronk. You
But
traded
they were
football.
not good until like week 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But
It
you
took some
give
time.
these guys time to figure this new,
Also,
Evans and
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning respect the game, respect the people around him. They do it a different way.
Can I
This
say one
asshole
other-
Rodgers comes in with his cock out, taking mushrooms.
Can I
It's a
say one
different
other
way.
thing?
It doesn't work.
Can I say one other thing? Not for nothing, but Tom Brady and Peyton Manning both worked around their fucking wages every year and took pay cuts to bring better people in. Now, fucking, you think asshole Aaron Rodgers?
Especially
Absolutely not.
Especially Tom Brady.
He did bring Devontae Adams on, but he's not taking a cut.
Who was the
He's
the
not
center
paying for
power
that
forward
Super
for the
Bowl.
Spurs? Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan did that a lot.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan took. He didn't make half of what he was worth his whole career.
But
Because
the
he
thing
was
is,
like, just bring him in. Let's win for
But homie,
fucking championship.
the big picture is
Spurs.
you make 3-4 times more if you go and win a championship than what you're going to make for your salary. You make 3-4 between
I don't know.
endorsements.
I was
and
just
everything
thinking
else.
about that and how
Yeah.
how it was on everybody's part. It was just why would you? What was the? Because if you remember the whole when he was on his way out in Green Bay, it was if Gutekunst lets him go, he's going to the Jets. We knew that for a year.
Mhm.
So the question now is why?
Yeah, why did you want some 40-year-old geriatric?
The same reasons they won't sit him or bench him or reveal his injuries.
It's his name.
It's all PR.
It's his
It's the
name.
fucking Jets. They're
It's his name,
shit.
too.
They're a dumpster fire of an
I'm
organization.
I'm
They're
asking
all
the
about
question
PR.
from his perspective, though. Is
His
like,
perspective?
I'm asking the question from
Because they
him.
wanted him. Nobody else fucking wanted him.
Nah, I don't see that.
The
I don't
Jets
know
wanted
about
him
that.
because
No, the
he's PR.
Broncos, I think, wanted him.
I don't know about that, homie. I think there's people that wanted him
No.
because they haven't
No,
dealt with him.
I think maybe he had a couple other options, and he might even have talked to him. He might have not. but
I'm
he knew
waving
the
the white
Jets
flag
would-
on this. I want to move on from this game.
Well, we got to pick this
That's
game.
fair, that's fair.
We got to pick this
Fuck
game.
Aaron Rodgers. He sucks. I'm picking Seattle, 31-10. How's that sound? And
Yeah.
fuck the Jets.
31-10.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Hey, say that again.
31-10
No, the
Seattle.
other part.
Screw the Jets.
Fuck the Jets.
No, screw.
Fuck the Jets. I've been saying it for weeks.
No,
on the
we're
show.
not going to
Fuck
swear
the
as
Jets.
much, all right? I said screw, which is what you put to a piece of wood when you had to hang something up.
Have sex with the Jets. Fuck 'em. 31-10. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go 24-17.
I could easily see
Seahawks.
31-10 Jets. Seattle. I could easily see that. I think Geno Smith's going to toss all over this stupid defense that thinks they're freaking great and they suck. And another reason I think that they're going to do it too because the Jets are going to give Seattle plenty of playing time on the offensive end. They
I'm
can't hold
glad
on
you
to the
let
ball.
go of the nutsack of the
Sorry.
Jets defense
Sorry.
finally because you were hanging on them the whole fucking year. You're
I
hanging
know.
on a nutsack.
I still think they're a good defense. but
What? They are good.
I know.
Brother, what you got?
I got Seattle 27-17.
Hey, Chris, you want to hop back into this?
He's taking Seattle.
Yeah,
What was your score? I'm sorry, buddy.
27-17.
I like that.
yeah, I'd go 27-17.
Not so like that.
For the Jets?
Brian Biggins.
No,
you got,
for
you got,
Seattle.
you got the Jets.
He's picking Seattle.
Yeah.
He's not picking the Jets. No, absolutely not.
Hey, real quick, we're not going to go back to the other games, Chris, but there is one game I want to go back for you.
Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh.
Steelers at
Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Come on, y'all.
Pittsburgh?
Yes.
What's the score?
Yes.
Get his score.
Yeah.
We're gonna go 24-21.
Why?
I do
We
like
want to
that.
buy a field goal because we lost to the Browns. We feel disrespected. You know, another divisional game.
I just want to tell you, we
gotta make it up.
all, including your brethren over there,
I know.
Steelers fans, we all have the Bengals win.
And that's what I want. That's what I want. You thought I was coming in here for anything less
Okay, all right.
than the upset? Come on.
Well, come on, you gotta pick the rest of these games.
24,
Sit in
20.
camera. Come on, let's pick the rest of these games. You only missed 4.
Say less.
Titans
We're on
at
Tennessee,
Redskins. Commies. We'll call them.
The
He doesn't like when I
commies.
say Redskins,
I don't dislike it. And I don't care.
but you wouldn't say it.
In fact, I think I've called them the Redskins.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Remember the one game you
No, I don't like. I
I
don't like compelled speech.
I was the one that was giving.
Ah.
I don't like
was
when
the
you-
one giving
Okay,
you shit
sure.
about that. I was the one. Just
I don't like when you sit
not
here
him.
and you.
I was giving you shit about it. I was calling the Commanders and you were getting mad at me.
Well, remember I scratched his score out the one week?
That was just that 1 week though. After that, he was fine with it.
Because if you tell me to say something, I'm
Listen,
not.
if I pressure you guys uncomfortably,
Do you like to apply pressure?
no, very little actually. But Titans at Redskins.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Can I go first?
Okay. I already have mine written down, by the way.
So the only problem I have with this is if they have if Washington has running backs. If they do have running
Yeah,
backs,
it's a
I
big
would
problem
love
for
to
me.
pick Washington. I love Scary Terry. Zach Ertz is doing his thing against Tennessee. The only threat we have in Tennessee is Pollard. I think this Washington defense is good against the run. I want to pick now. If they don't have any running backs, I might think it's a closer game and maybe possibly
These
pick Tennessee.
retards over here. Sorry, we had to
Sorry.
go ahead.
So I'm going to go Washington, and I want to make it a close game because of their situation. 21-18, Washington.
So they'll get back on track, so they do win the game.
I think so.
I have mine written down. I might as well just read mine off. Redskins continue to slide. And Titans take it 24-20
Okay.
because Ridley gets a touchdown. A rare Ridley sighting happens this time. And, Paula does his thing on this as well. And the Redskins try, but they don't have any running backs to help out the passing attack, and it's a one way. And Titans squeeze one out. 24-20 Titans.
24-20? Okay. Chris, you go next.
Yeah, I was saying probably the Commanders are probably going to get this one. It's probably going to be about 21-17. Not nothing too crazy.
So, if you're picking the Commanders, too, do you think Jaden Daniels maybe has a couple rushing touchdowns? Or
Well, there's
to
you
help
got
out?
3 touchdowns in this game. How do you think they spread out?
Thinking Jaden Daniels
he's going to
touchdown.
probably run at least one.
I was thinking about maybe
It's
just
going to
one.
be something like maybe on like the 7.
He's that good.
You know what I like about Jalen though? He doesn't have to run.
He doesn't.
He can
But I
pass.
think that's what what's gonna
He can do everything.
He's gonna do a little pump fake. Yeah.
He can do everything, Jaden Daniels. So
21-17. Okay. What do you got, brother?
I really want to pick the Titans, but I don't think.
remember the Titans.
No, I think Washington is going to probably win this game. We'll see how many more they get after this week, but I'm going to take 21-17 too.
Can I get a Redskins out of you?
Redskins.
Yeah, 21-17 Redskins. I can't believe it. We just
Hey,
came off a show where
I let him make
Brian,
my skin
Jesus
red.
Cristo stole all of our scores. Now you're stealing our guest scores.
Let him make my skin red.
Okay, Texans at Jags.
Ooh. Okay.
At least I didn't go, you know what? That's what I was going to pick.
You didn't.
Right off the rip, Jesus Cristo.
I'm
You read
picking
our
first.
minds and stole our picks.
I'm
Oh, it's funny you say that. I was going to pick that
That was the
too.
exact score I was going to pick.
What's up with you?
I want to pick first.
Okay.
I want Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Because Jacksonville's done
Because
this.
Mixon's the best running back in the
No, I
fucking
think
league, and I
it's-
stole him from my buddy in fantasy. When I told him to pick him in the second round, I took him in the first
Hey, he
round.
didn't
Whatever
do-
he did.
He didn't do good this
Maybe it's
last.
because Jacksonville's more of a dumpster fire.
Oh,
than-
I'm thinking
Well, they have
Texans
they have Mac Jones.
Yeah.
They have Mac Jones. They have nobody. And ETN is.
So actually, what's going on with Horseface? Because I knew
He's
he was
hurt.
out the
He's
one
hurt.
game, but
He's
now
hurt.
he's out. What happened?
ETN needs to go to another team and be a starter again. He
Maybe,
needs to go to
maybe he needs to go to the
Carolina.
fucking Bills.
no.
Who?
Travis Etienne.
No, he won't fit in there.
Maybe he needs to go. Yeah, because you guys just did. Who was the guy you guys cut last year that you shouldn't have cut?
Was he a running back?
Yes. Remember you guys got him like right towards the end of the year in the playoffs?
Leonard Fournette.
Fournette. We're like, why the fuck did you guys cut Fournette?
He's
Obviously,
old.
there's a problem.
He's old. No, it was because he's old. And
You know now.
we're known for veteran running backs, and we're trying to step away from that now. That's why we have all young running backs.
I didn't know you talked to the team.
Well, I have Josh Allen on speed dial, and I know Flutie very well.
All right, let's burn through this pick. This is a dumb game.
You don't. I have the Texans 31-10, so it's going to be a whooping. What was your score? Texans what?
You didn't let me say my score.
Okay, my fault. I'm sorry. I'd like you to say it now.
28-10.
All right, I was going to Texans as well, but I was seeing something like 24-9. I don't even see anything.
Dude, that's actually probably going to be the
Right.
actual score. That's probably actually going to be. What do you
Very
got there,
fair.
brother? You got
Very
Jags? You taking the Jags?
Very fair. I like
Take the
that.
Jags.
Houston.
Very fair.
Take the fucking Jags.
Nah, 27-13.
He's not going to take the Jags. He's not an idiot. Jesus.
We could go for $17. It's only 3 hours away.
Fuck that. So Lena went to the Jags-Vikings game down there in Jacksonville
You
when
wanna
she was
go
on
see,
vacation.
you
Holy
wanna
shit!
go
Seven.
At 12 to
Do you
7.
want to go?
When? This week? I can't.
I'm not going to that game.
You guys suck.
I'm not going to
I would totally give up my Sunday shift at Longhorn.
I'm not going to see the Jags.
What about maybe?
No, you're going to see Texans play.
I'm not going to watch Peyton Manning on the Browns play the Jags. Okay, I'm not going to do that.
But what if the Jags?
Okay. That's the only game I'm going
Hey,
to see. I'm
what
going to
if-
see that game. I'm going to see that game.
What if the Jags have a home game by the end of December, in like a month or so, and we can go for like $17?
What do you think my answer is?
I would hope it'd be yes. It's 2 hours away.
No,
He just said he doesn't want to see.
I'm not going to watch the Jags play football.
Would you go with me?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys can go fuck each other and do all that weird
I
shit.
told
You guys.
I think it'd be fun.
Anyway,
I want to see an
So
NFL
what do you
game.
think?
I love NFL games. It's my favorite
I think
thing to do.
I said,
he's got 27-13 Texans.
Okay. Yeah.
did we all go?
We didn't get
Yeah,
it.
we're good.
We got mine.
All right,
We're
so-
on to Rams in New Orleans at
Yeah.
the Saints.
Mhm.
I'm going to pick the Rams
Ooh, yeah.
by
good
default, I
choice.
guess. The Saints have two really good games this season. One happened, I think it was 2 games into the season. They dropped 42 on somebody, maybe it was Dallas or something. And then they beat the shit out of the Browns. But they're not going to beat the Rams. Rams are a serviceable
Rams
football
are-
team.
I think they're more
They
than
can really-
serviceable.
They
Yeah,
can
they're really
really
good.
put it on you on offense, and on defense they can do some things as well. And I don't think they got shot.
I actually think these are two good teams.
I feel like it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, me too.
Rams 28-17.
I feel like these two teams fit the bill. They're gonna.
I think the Rams are better.
I believe the Rams are better, but I don't know, man. You can't take. Is Derek Carr playing okay? Does he have MVS out there? Does he have Taysom Hill? Does he still have Alvin Kamara?
Who the fuck is MVS?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Okay. Yeah, who's been doing
I
well
believe you said that.
the last couple of weeks, actually.
Well, what he's been doing is
because he hasn't done well for the last 4 years,
So-
and he comes on this team, and all of a sudden he's got 102 yards and touchdown.
because
He's
they
got
have
150 yards and touchdown. Where the fuck did he come in? Because he was on the Chiefs. Remember, he was on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do a goddamn fucking thing.
So before he came over to New Orleans, he was on the Bills.
Was he?
What did
Yeah.
he do?
They traded him off.
Yeah.
Did he come to the Bills from the Packers?
No, he.
I don't think he was on the
whatever
Packers.
team.
Oh,
No,
yeah, for sure.
He
whatever
really
team.
skipped around.
Whatever team he was on last year, he came over to from there to the Bills.
I thought he was the Chief.
And the
last
Bills
year.
traded
That was Juju
him.
Smith. Never mind. Okay.
Then
So
the
he
Bills-
was on the Chiefs, though.
Okay. I know he was on the Chiefs. Everybody's on the Chiefs.
So the reason he's doing good in New Orleans is Olave's out and Rashid's out.
Poor Olave.
There you go.
Poor Olave.
But in his to make a fair case for MVS, has been getting 70, 75, 50-yard passes for touchdowns. That's what he gets. He gets 3 receptions for like 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what he gets.
So what's your pick?
Oh, Los Angeles. Let's go.
You say all that to pick the fucking Rams. You really are a piece of shit.
Let's go 28. 24. 24. 28, 24.
No, you look kind of cute.
And I was going to go more than that with the Chargers. I was looking at 31-27.
You going Rams?
Yeah, that's exactly what I
They said Chargers.
meant. I said Chargers, but I meant the Rams.
What's your score?
I was going to say 31-27.
Okay.
Jesus
Fair
Christ,
enough.
how the fuck is... Okay, okay.
I mean, the Rams do have Puka Nacua.
I guess I had
Cooper Kupp,
28-17.
Kyler Williams. They can score a lot.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And Stafford.
No, I meant the Saints getting 27.
They could do it.
But
Alvin Kamara.
I mean,
they can get it. They'll get it.
What if MVS gets another 3 receptions for 600 yards and 7 touchdowns?
I don't like you saying MVS. Stop it.
What's he gonna say? Marquez Valdez-Scantling every
No,
time?
he's just going to shut the fuck up. How about that?
I got 27-20 Rams.
Saints,
Like it. Rams. He picked the
27.
Rams.
He knows what I said.
27-20.
Don't play
Saints.
along.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't encourage him.
Bucks at Panthers.
Bucks.
Bucks by a million. I'm just gonna put that down. Bucks by a million.
So-
Dude, I don't want. After watching that Chiefs game, I don't know, bro.
Can I say one thing?
They're going to win.
31-24 Bucks.
Can I say one thing? Did you guys
You're right.
know?
You're right. But 31-24 Bucks.
Did either of you know that Mike Evans was playing yesterday? 'Cause
Yes.
I fucking
Yes, we did. Well, we talked about it the week before that he was coming back.
But I thought he wasn't.
I figured he was. I guess I didn't know. You're right, but I figured he was. We knew he was coming back soon
So
because I think we debated it. We're like, when's he coming back? He's coming back next week. Come back next week. He's coming back.
I'm so glad I got to see his highlights. I didn't watch the
Mm-hmm.
game because of that, but
Yeah, and
I'm
Baker,
so glad he's back. I love watching him
dude,
play.
Baker makes his running back so fucking good. Sorry, I
Don't
got
you squint at me.
I was fishing. You never took the bait.
Got one.
I didn't get you. Baker makes his running. Who's this Bucky Irving guy? Who is this guy? Nobody
He's
knows him.
the
Rashad White, everybody shit on him last year and stuff like that. He makes his running backs catch balls. And running backs in Tampa are so mediocre, but so good. I love this fucking offense on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really do. And they're going to beat the Panthers.
I'm taking Tampa for sure.
Yeah.
And I want to go to the tune of 34 to
Jesus Christ.
It's going to be big, Adam. I don't know how you're going to.
34 to
I'm seeing.
It's just how much respect you
10.
want to give the Panthers.
34 to 10.
Okay.
Give him 13.
I'm
No,
saying.
give him 13.
I'm saying
34 to
the Bucks with
13.
this with 24 to 13.
20. You got 24-13?
Yeah.
What was
That's what I'm
Bryce
saying.
Young's stats the other day? Yesterday.
I don't know. I think he kissed his sister, though, so add that in there. That's a toucher. That's a toucher. Who cares? Well,
I think the
21
reason
for
he's looking at
35
this
to
is because
63.
I think the reason
Touch it.
is his homie Bryce Young's been improving.
Hey, did he fumble?
That's kind of what I was getting
He's
at.
improving. He is. You're absolutely right. Now, let's temper our expectations with what he's going to do for
I
the
am
rest of the
taking
year.
the Bucks, but you guys are making.
Look, Bryce
I don't
Young's going
know.
to
You
be
think it's
good.
going to be a closer
Bryce
game,
Young will
or-
be better next year. This is not his year to do anything.
No, I don't disagree. And again, I am taking the Bucks.
Andy
but
Dalton
I
is
am
coming in
giving
his first game.
I am giving the Panthers some points.
How many did you give him? What was your score?
27 to.
17?
I'm going to take 27. I think I've taken the score already today, but 27-17. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. 2 touchers and a
27-17.
field goal. Their kicker, Carolina's kicker, I can't remember his name, but he can do it. He did it yesterday against the fucking Chiefs. So.
Addy, do you want to make a pick?
Patty? Who there? Next game. Eagles at Ravens. This is in Baltimore.
Can I pick this one first?
Yes, please do. I don't want to.
I'm taking the Eagles, but it is a barn burner.
Okay,
And I'm gonna say it's gonna be some stupid score like 28-27.
for real. Why?
These are
I thought you were going to pick a blowout. Eagles
No,
Yes.
absolutely not. These
See,
are
she thinks
two.
Eagles blowout.
These are two. It's first of all, it's NFC AFC, so it's never a blowout. Almost always never a blowout when it comes to that. There just hasn't been superior teams in either league in years. Okay, so Philly, Saquon's going to do his thing. I guarantee you, Derrick Henry's going to, because this Philadelphia Eagles defense, as good as it is, this is the perfect matchup for Lamar. It's the perfect matchup for Zay Flowers
Why do you
and
say
Derrick
But
Henry.
you gotta,
I feel like they're gonna.
Like, you gotta feed.
I feel like
Yeah, I don't think that
It's
the
not
Ravens'
that.
strength comes from passing the ball.
No, it's
I
opening
feel
up.
like
Though the Eagles line is nasty. So maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. The Zay Flowers and them got to do their thing for them. Okay. All right.
I feel like that's a good possibility. I feel like 28-27. I feel like again it's a barn burner. They're going down in flames. They win by a point, but I feel like Philadelphia, because of Saquon and Jalen Hurts, do pull through just because of them alone and what they do.
Hattie, what the hell did you do with my pen?
No, well, I just put it on the table.
Where?
Talk about your vape.
No, man.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, I got a little Sharpie back there. Anyway,
So 28-27, Philly. But this is going to be a good game. This is a game you want to watch.
yeah, I think it's definitely a fucking game.
What time is it at? Oh, this is a 4:25 game. Oh, you're definitely putting this one on.
I am picking the Eagles as well.
Pour a little whiskey.
No, it was a little bit of my beer. Sorry.
Honey, what happened to that pen? Excuse me, I have to stand up and grab the pen. Is that okay?
Fine.
I can't write with that.
Did it fall in the table?
I think you might have slid it into your anus.
The boys to come check.
Oh no, I'm not taking that bait again.
You'll have to touch it with your mouth.
Kevin got me with that.
Oh, no, it's a quarter.
I am also taking the Eagles. I think they are, as of right now, as we're talking at this moment, Eagles are the better team.
Yeah.
I like that the Ravens defense sucks.
I was gonna say that's what it is. The
So
matchup.
I
Of
don't
course.
know. I don't know how Lamar can actually score more points in this offense, given that the Eagles defense is pretty good and that the Baltimore defense is bad. And I actually do believe that at its best, the Ravens defense, offense is better than Saquon and the Eagles offense. I just think I think the Eagles are a one-trick pony with not so much a one-trick pony. I think they lean on Saquon very heavily, and they have to, and you see why they would. Lamar,
I think
and
you
Cook
can
do
agree,
more.
though, that this is going to be a close game.
But Eagles win this one, and it's high.
It has to be a
It's
close
high.
game.
It's 34-30.
Okay.
So,
You said 30.
34-30.
Okay.
Phillies.
Because
I
I was
was
going to
going-
say, okay, you go.
I was going Philly as well, but I was going 31-28.
yeah,
Okay.
that's a good score.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
we're all in the
that's-
same ballpark. Yeah.
The Eagles 30. What do you got?
Me?
What was my score? I
What do you got? I have you at
28,
27. What do you got?
I'm taking 34-31.
I'll take 28.
I think this is a back and forth.
Yeah, 34-31 is good.
Ooh.
I do too. I
I
think it gets
can't
weird.
get off. Yeah, I mean,
I love talking about this next game. I can't wait to talk about this one.
49ers in Buffalo.
Whew, I'm gonna pick last for this.
oh, I hope it's snowing. I hope it's.
Unfortunately I think we want this game to be great. I don't think it's going to be.
It's not.
I think the Bills beat the shit out of them. I think it's Bills big. Bills 28-20. Bills 28-17.
That's not really beat the shit out of them, but
I-
okay.
I'll take Bills 28-17.
All right.
And
Dude, not that this is going to affect my pick at all, but is Brock Purdy probably going to play, right?
let's say he does. I still pick the Bills big.
Sure.
But let's say he does. Let's go through this game thinking the 49ers are going to give you a Brock Purdy.
And who else was out? Their offensive lineman was out too. That was.
I don't know about the offensive line.
What's his name?
But you're right. Their offensive line is beat up.
Wasn't
We didn't mention that earlier in our
Wasn't
discussion.
Bosa out too?
Bosa was
Yeah, Bosa's out. Greenway's out. Well, Greenway was out. Bosa, Greenway,
Trent Williams.
Trent.
There you go. Didn't he used to play
How
for the
old
Bills?
is Trent Williams?
He used to play for the
Still
Bills.
doing it. He's still
He
doing
used
it.
to. Trent Williams
Jesus.
played for the Bills,
Listen,
homie.
shit. Oh,
Yeah.
so Greenway's actually back.
Look at that handsome Trent. Look at him with that smile.
No, never played for the Bills.
No?
No.
Come on.
Played for the Eagles, didn't
Redskins. It's
Redskins.
funny that still
Redskins.
says Redskins. That's hilarious.
he? Well, that's what they were.
No, I know, but it's funny that they didn't. I
I
figured
don't know
that
why I
they
thought he
would
played
just
for the Bills.
do something on the
Oh,
website.
you always think everybody plays for the Bills. Tom Brady,
A lot of
remember
people
he was
do.
a Bill?
Who was it? Like
A lot of
coach
people do.
last week that he was like he coached for the Bills, and we looked it up. And
Oh, it was
who was that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Not
Yeah,
Dayball.
you were really wrong about it. No, I
Yeah,
can't remember.
I guess I
We'd have
was.
to bring the tape up. I can't remember. But yeah, you were wrong. He's a Bills coach.
Yeah. I
And he
did. I
coached
was-
for.
I was
We pulled
convinced.
it up, and it was like everybody but the Bills.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who
really-
the fuck was it?
I really believe
you know,
it.
I'm gonna let it go.
Who cares?
I got the Bills 28-17. What do you got, Kev?
I want to pick last.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you got, Adam?
I'm going to take the Bills 34-17.
Okay, that's bigger than I have. Jeez, Christ. Chris, what you got, bro?
Well, I was going the Bills, but I was leaning more towards like 28-13.
Oh, actually, that's very fair.
I'm going Bills for sure. The only thing I'm worried about is Christian McCaffrey. Other than that, Bills by a mile, 30-13.
You fucked the 49ers win this game.
Could happen.
Oh, and the final game of this week, the Monday night matchup. Actually, I think it's going to be a pretty good game, but teams you don't really want to see. Cleveland at Denver in Mile High.
I want to see this. I love Famous Jameson.
I'll go
I'm
first.
on the Bo Nix train too. So
I'll go first as the Browns fan here. They don't really have a shot. Broncos win, and whether they just beat us by a little or they smack us out, both are options. I'm going to take the Broncos 28-13 because I believe that in my heart is going to actually happen. I think we struggle up there, and we're a bad team against bad teams. Not that the Broncos are a bad team; they're trending fucking upwards right now. But I think we're in their path right now of trending upward, and they're just going to use this as a stepping stone. They're just going to jump right off of us. 28-13. Broncos continue to get better.
I'm picking next. Broncos 31-28. Famous Davis is going to still throw.
20.
That's all
What
that
was
needs to be
it?
said. 31-28.
Jeez,
Famous
Christ.
Davis is going to throw and score touchdowns. I don't care what you say.
Jesus
And he's not in the snow. So, good luck.
No, that's fair. I like
Maybe
that.
he needs
I hope
the
that
snow.
happens. That's what
Snow slowed
I
him
would love
down
that game.
against Pittsburgh. I'm not saying Pittsburgh shouldn't have been
Yeah, I
that
think
close
he's
or
right.
nothing, but I'm going to tell you what. If there was no snow in that Pittsburgh game, you were in trouble with Famous Davis. That mother effer was
Do you
thrown.
believe that?
Absolutely.
Great. I love it. I want to hear it. That's wonderful.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Your receivers were going up to get those balls too. That was
Jerry Judy.
Jerry Judy.
Jesus.
Jerry Judy looks like a number one.
And
Are you
Njoku, right?
shitting me?
And
He was climbing the
Njoku
ladder.
had a big drop though too.
Yeah.
Like an
Are
easy
you
drop in the
shitting
end
me?
When
zone.
he had a
And then he
drop,
caught
I
a
think
2-point conversion that was
Yeah,
like,
let's
how
all
the
get
fuck did you
loud.
catch that?
Get loud about it. I like that. Let's
Yeah,
all
you're
talk
right,
about
you're right.
Jerry Judy.
so that was it's not what you
Are
expect
you
to see in those
shitting
snow
me?
games. Am I going next?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I think this is going to be a game until the fourth
The bitter
quarter.
end.
Also wet.
Still taking Broncos
Go Broncos.
20,
You saw what Cortland Sutton did this week,
21
right?
to no, let's go 24 to 20.
Can you pull up Cortland Sutton's stats really fast?
Yeah,
I
2
want to see
touchers, 100 yards. It was nuts.
100. I think it was more than that, wasn't
And I was going to Denver by a touchdown, looking at about 24-17.
I
it?
like that.
24-17.
Part of it was
Perfect.
spite because they
Oh,
just
yeah,
beat
yeah,
us.
that.
Hey, real quick before we end this game, we got a second. Chris, you want to go back and do these 4 you missed?
Yeah, I'm cool.
What about Raiders at Chiefs? I got the Raiders.
I can tell you he's going to pick.
Raiders at Chiefs. What do
You're
you got?
picking the Chiefs,
I'm
right?
definitely going to pick the Chiefs.
Don't lead the
What's your
witness.
score?
I'm definitely
What's
going
your
to
score?
I mean, it's not going to be a high. We're going to say, I'm going to go 17-14.
Here we go.
I'm not
Cortland
gonna say
Sutton.
anything too crazy.
Oh, he only had 97
That's
yards
solid
and 2
win.
touchers. Did he have any rushing yards? I thought he had more.
Why are we talking about this? He's doing his pick.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You got 17-14 Chiefs?
Yeah.
Okay, I had the Raiders in that game. Everybody else has the Chiefs. Chargers at Falcons. We all got the Chargers.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, what you got?
It's probably going to be about probably we're going to go 24-10. I don't see
Okay.
them. I don't see them
I like
getting
that.
off.
Okay. I like that. Falcons suck.
You picked the Steelers game. We got Cards at Vikes. We did pick the Vikes.
Why are you telling who we picked?
Yeah, I was definitely going to pick the Vikings.
I don't know if it's that obvious, but
They're the only team that I've been able to actually watch while I've been at work.
Sure.
Like I've been missing a lot of everyone else, only half the catch.
The next one, let him pick with
I would definitely I'd probably go 24 to 17. It's been a fluid number.
I got 24-18. I'm real
That's
close.
close.
So,
That's
actually,
close.
you're close to all of us. 28-21, 27-20. We all got the Vikes.
So the
The
last
next
one
one,
is
I
the-
won't tell him.
Yes.
Colts
Colts.
at Patriots. At Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Colts, and I'm seeing a low scoring game, probably 17-13. Not nothing too
Wow.
crazy.
Actually, I really like that score. I have the Pats 2017. He's got the Colts 24-14. He's got the Pats 17-10.
So we got 2 Colts.
So you and Adam were in the same boat, sir.
No,
Besides-
him and I picked the Colts, not him. Adam.
Well, it's score-wise.
Oh.
But they switched the things. Cool. Good show. Hey, next
Thanks.
week we're going to talk a little combat sports next week, aren't we? With 310
Can
coming
we talk a
up.
little bit about it? This is obviously a passion of yours. I don't think this is.
It's not. This is the down card of the year
It's
going
fine.
into
It's
2025.
They're shoving
That's
a
fine.
lot of these at us the last couple weeks.
There's some cool
months.
fights on this.
Yeah.
The heavyweight bout is really cool.
We'll get into it a little bit. I just wanted to.
There's some cool fights. The headliner isn't, it's a flyweight title
When's
fight.
John Jones going to fight again?
We'll talk about that.
He's a pussy.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, next week we'll do a little combat sports. We'll come back with some more shit
Tell us
from
how you feel.
week 13, then we'll do our week 14 fucking picks. This is a good week,
Well, I feel
guys.
like I'm just with Jake. But he should have
Shalom. You guys want to do a little send off?
Yeah.
A little send off? Let's do some rum.
So
Adam, you want one?
Is Jones going to have to fight Aspinall then soon or no?
Yeah, I mean that's what the UFC
Is
is
that the
saying.
next fight?
But the UFC is saying
that happens,
that won't happen until probably April, brother.
Oh, all right. Well, when that happens,
Yeah, these guys have to take like
When that
4
happens,
months off, 5 months
Can
off.
we all watch that one together, man?
It's
I know
tough for
late.
me to.
I know it's
Hi,
late.
Hatsy
Because
Batsy.
these happen on what? Saturday night?
nights.
Yeah, I guess I could. I could come out.
Yeah.
I'll have to. I can't
I
go
know
back
We
to
it's
could
the
all
island.
meet at like B-dubs or something.
I can't go. I just can't go back to the island after.
Hey, gorgeous. You can't have that.
Could you crash?
You come here. You come here. You sit on Daddy's lap.
Oh,
Could he crash?
Yeah, that was
Mwah.
If we did that, could he crash on your couch?
Wait, where's the one that I brought?
You brought that one right there.
That was
That's
mine.
not the whole thing.
That's the Bronco
I
one.
don't
If we
think I
all
brought
catch
that
the
one.
game and he
Whatever.
needs to stay here for the night, would he be able to do that?
Yeah,
So there was this one.
There you go, sweetie.
There we go.
Are you being serious? Or
No, that's Kevin. So this is mine.
100%. All the time, anytime.
Whatever.
That'd be wonderful.
I hope nobody has herpes.
That'd be wonderful. Yeah, I would love that.
Can we do
I
that
only
one?
have purple.
One of these cards, and then we can all. We could even do like little synopsises on the breaks or
We'll talk
something.
about it after the show, for sure. Absolutely. But 100%.
Cheers, Happy.
Hey, so thank you guys for joining us this week. Like I said, we'll be back next week with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
from
go
all of
enjoy
us
your
here.
family.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
To the big one.
And we'll
Thanks,
see
thanks for
y'all.
letting us do this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We all get together and have a great time. It's beautiful.
Pig and the Jake, holy shit. Happy Thanksgiving.
What a great show it was. We're all very respectful to each other. Very nice.
Well, I don't like you, my friend.
That's a little change of pace.
It is.